Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Paul Engen Field, the site for tonight's Valley Football Association crossover game between the visiting Stevens Point Area Senior High Panthers and the host Appleton North Lightning. There's a drone out on top of the field. We're having a great time. It's perfect weather, and it's time for football. Mr. Brett Christopherson here alongside yours truly, Ricardo Arguello, both of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Bringing you those high-definition shots, as always, is Jim Rosendick, also part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Brett, this is perfect weather. I can't tell you how excited I am for this. The summer went by quick, but I'm ready for fall to begin. I'm ready for this all to get down because we got a good matchup tonight between SPASH and Appleton North.
This is like a national holiday for you, isn't it? You just love this time of year. I know it.
Everything I work for, everything you kind of do, Brett. You know I'm a football guy.
Oh, I know you love football, and hey, it's great to be back. It's been a while since we've done one of these streams together. I think, where were we last time? Watertown for a sectional final, Nicolay and Kaukauna, and a boys basketball. So it's been a while since we've done one of our Varsity Game of the Week live streams, but it's great to be here. You're right. The weather is picture perfect. A little brisk almost, a little too brisk.
I'm wearing a jacket.
Hey, I got shorts on, so I'm wearing shorts through the first 9 weeks of the season. That's tradition, but beautiful weather. Well, there are some clouds, but no rain and blue sky, and it's football weather. It's time to get going. Hard to believe. Week 1, August 23rd, and we're ready to go. And I'm proud of you. You did it right. Stevens Point Area Senior High
School, yes.
SPASH. You got it.
Oh, yeah. And, you're looking at both of these teams, Brett. I know when we were looking at last year's team, obviously Appleton North made it to the playoffs. Now, SPASH had a slow start, real tough start. They were able to have a kind of a strong finish, but, sometimes you dig a hole that you can't get out of, BC.
Well, they had we'll talk about this on the game notes, but a very difficult schedule to begin. Last season, it's not much easier to begin this season for SPASH. They're going to face some of the big boys in the state here coming up in these opening 4 or 5 weeks. So hopefully Pete McAdams can get SPASH on the right track here, or at least get a win or two so that when the schedule does ease up, a playoff appearance, contention is a little bit more realistic than what it was last year. I know they kind of got themselves back in the picture, but then lost week 9 to Fondy to knock them out of the playoff race.
That's tough to end.
Oh, boy,
that Fondy team last year. But
we streamed that game last year between these two teams at Gerke Field. I think it was a 56-36 game that Appleton North won, but that was a lights-out, high-octane, high offensive performances on both sides, and maybe we'll see it again tonight. There's going to be kind of a new cast of characters. Jack Kelly from SPASH, he's gone. Their stud, and Carter Robinson in Appleton North. He's at the University of Utah. I know you're watching, Carter, out there in Utah, so chime in if you can. But, hey, that's just the way high school goes, right? You reload, you rebuild, and you keep moving on. And the next wave of great football players for both programs will be tonight. And I think Appleton North might be starting a sophomore quarterback, too.
Brett, thank you. That segues actually nicely. I'm going to be doing some Appleton North notes that you so nicely put together, BC. You'll finish up with some SPASH remarks. But Appleton North coming off a 6-4 season overall, 5-3 in the Valley Football Association North. That was good for second behind conference champs Kimberly. Appleton North qualified for the WIA postseason play in every season since 2004. It's a heck of a streak in Division I, which is 15 straight seasons, by the way. They fell to Bayport 31-21 in a Division I second-round game last season. Brett, I like how you put second-round game, no level 2 now.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore, can we?
No, I don't think we can. There are only 15 seniors on this year's squad. They got to replace a number of key and talented performers. You alluded to that a little bit earlier from the past couple of seasons. And this is Coach Salm. When he was talking to me, this is his quote here. There's always that uncertainty, and this year we're going to have to grow up real fast. There's definite talent there, so that part of it, there are unknowns. You actually have live bullets. They're unknowns until you have those live bullets and having those games, and then you can grow from that. You can only do so much in practice, but we're trying to replicate what a game is going to be like as much as possible to get them ready to play. Yeah, Brett, that was for my preview that I came down here. Now, they're excited for the season. It's going to be a growing kind of season for Appleton North. Now, they think of themselves, and rightly so, as a program that rebuilds. Not that they don't rebuild, they kind of reload. So beware that these players that we're kind of naming off, they have high expectations from them. They're not expecting there to be a drop in performance. And we start right with Matthew Scheckelman, starting quarterback this season, replacing Robinson, the first-team All-VFA North selection. As you said, Brett, at the University of Utah. Some called Scheckelman as talented as anybody that we've had here. That's
high praise.
Yes, they've had some very good players here at the quarterback
Considering
position.
who he's replacing at quarterback, because we thought very highly of Carter.
Some said he's going to be a special player. He's young. We're trying to create an environment like Friday night, but it is early right now. But to put him in at first as much as we can in practice so that when he's out there on Friday, it's just another game. So Sheckelman has all the tools. He has the frame. Brett, they're expecting a lot from him going into this season. Lightning suffered a tough blow in the offseason, Brett. I know we talked about this in the office when Coach Salm told me about this. This was a couple of weeks ago, actually, almost a month ago, that Patrick Watson, the multi-talented playmaker for them, not back this season, decided to move back to Virginia. So that's a big-time loss for them in terms of a playmaker. Wisport.net predicts the Lightning to finish second in the VFA North. Kimberly picked to win the conference title. Appleton North and Kimberly. Hey, Brett, that's the big one. They face off in the final game of the regular season at Papermaker Stadium. Hey, look at this. Appleton North, their next game is at Franklin in a non-conference matchup. Holy mackerel. Franklin, one of the top 10 teams coming back, from according to WISports.net anyway. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. What can you tell me about SPASH, Brett?
Well, before I talk about SPASH, I thought that was interesting because remember the previous couple seasons, North has only had an 8-game schedule, so they always had Week 9 as a bye. So that's a good schedule for Rob Somm to get a program as highly touted as Franklin. Just in the state finals, a few seasons ago.
Yeah, that's a heck of a non-conference opponent. You're not going to find a much better one than that.
No, I think they'd rather be battle-tested, play Week 9, not have that break going into the first level of the playoffs. Now, SPASH, the Panthers suffered a rare down season in 2018 as they finished 3-6 overall, Ricardo, 3-5 in the Valley Football Association West. And I'm just seeing what's going on here.
They're still going.
Okay, I know there's going to be a moment of silence here shortly as we get going. But anyway, Stevens Point had to traverse a brutal early season schedule that featured 5 straight losses to playoff teams, Ricardo. Neenah, Hudson, Kimberly, Appleton North, and Marshfield.
I challenge anyone to find a schedule tougher than that first 5 games.
Well, that could be this season. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But SPASH regrouped with consecutive victories against Wausau West, DC Everest, and then Wisconsin Rapids. But then saw its season come to a close with a 42-7 setback against Fond du Lac, another playoff participant. That was in Week 9. SPASH returns to just 2 starters on offense, 4 on defense, and will be led by linebacker Nate Engelkiss, I hope I'm saying that right, and defensive end Spencer Wiersba. Both were first-team All-VFA West selections last season. WISports.net has SPASH tabbed to finish second in the VFA West this season. Marshfield is the pick to win the league title. Those 2 longtime rivals, SPASH Marshfield, they're going to meet up in Week 5 at Gerke Field.
That's a big one.
Stevens
Marshfield, Brett, 12-7 they lost to Homestead in the championship game. You know, I don't want to say I was dissing, but I didn't know what exactly they were. They proved me wrong, Brett. They took Homestead to the limit in that game.
By the way, SPASH next Friday back at it against Fond du Lac. The VFA matchup at Gerke. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Good job by the Appleton North Pep Band performing our national anthem. Ricardo, I wanted to get back to these game notes. Talking about SPASH and that difficult opening sequence they had to get through last year. Again, consecutive losses to Neenah, Hudson, Kimberly, Appleton North, and Marshfield to open 2018. How do you like this to open the 2019 season for SPASH?
Okay.
Tonight, Appleton North. Then they play Fond du Lac. Then they're at Neenah. Then Kimberly. Then Marshfield.
That's bad. I mean, no. That I wouldn't say bad. That's tough.
That's very tough.
Yeah, you're looking at Fond du Lac, Kimberly, Neenah, right there. Those three schools. I think they reached at least the third level of the playoffs last season. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's, yow. Those are tough games.
That is a nasty schedule again for Coach Pete McAdams. But first things first, week 1, it's Appleton North on the schedule for Stevens Point Area Senior High. And looking forward to this one. This is a good game. Good big schools, 2 of our markets represented in USA Today Network Wisconsin. And nice crowd on hand for this one. You never know those early season games before Labor Day. School's not in session yet. And what kind of a draw it's going to be. But SPASH traveled fairly well tonight. And in front of us is the Appleton North home crowd, and it's pretty packed. Rosie's down there battling the elements.
Battling? He's enjoying the elements.
Yeah, he's got sunscreen on.
Oh, my.
Wait till week 13. That would be the state semifinals. You know we're going to be at Titan Stadium likely, shivering, freezing. There'll be ice. There'll be snow. That's my only problem with high school football and football in general, Ricardo, is while it's nice this time of year, you know what it's going to be like at the end of the season.
But it's all worth it, Brett.
Oh.
Can't beat the environment.
I'm a summer guy. I just love summer. I hope we get it. At least can we have a fall, because we didn't have a spring.
Yeah, we definitely didn't have a spring.
I mean,
Good point.
we didn't get summer till like late June.
Right.
I mean, come on. Killing me. Otherwise, I'm moving to Arizona.
Paul Langen Field here on the campus of Appleton North High School. Beautiful facility. Love coming here, Brad.
Yeah, I do too.
And
I got to thank
nice.
Nate Werner, the athletic director here. He does such a great job. One of the good guys in the business, and the Appleton School District IT staff. Rosie
really helping you out, and Rosie.
Yeah, we did a live stream tech out here a couple weeks ago, and great people to work with, and we appreciate them, because without them, we're not here.
Good point, Brett. As we get set for kickoff here, again, gorgeous weather. I'm going to say in the mid-60s. Let me get the official weather here, BC. But you can't find better conditions right now than what we have here on the north side of Appleton. Unofficially 67 degrees, Brett. Partly sunny. According, that's what it says on my weather app.
Kyle Funky, number 11. Mitchell Cambray, number 22, out to back to receive the opening kickoff. Appleton North going to open the 2019 season with the football. And Ricardo, we're underway.
Feeling that right
That's
outside
Cambry.
the
Took it from his teammates.
line.
You see that? Ooh, nice trip.
And Cambry's a kid I talked to a couple of weeks ago when the first day of football. Takes it past the 20, and that's where Appleton North will start. Brett, did you notice they have a new scoreboard here?
I did. We noticed that during our live stream check. Very nice. We'll have to get Rosie to get a look at that at some point here. But thanks to everybody watching live tonight. Postcrescent.com, StevensPointJournal.com. Also the Facebook pages. Spread the word.
They'll call it, Brett, 1st and 10 at the 23 for Appleton North. And Schenkelman.
Yeah, our first look. It seems weird not seeing number 13 back there.
Scheckelman, I should say.
Number 12, a sophomore, hands off.
Look at that, barreling his way.
Tackles, yeah, that's Charlie Hardy. 5'11" junior running back, 203 pounds, spinning his way, bulldozing his way near the sticks, and are they going to have a measure right away? Nope, they're moving the
giving
chains.
It to him. All right, that's a 10-yard gain for Hardy. Again, that's another guy that Coach Salm talked to me about, saying, hey, this kid could be in line for having a big year. They're going to use him quite a bit to get a number of touches.
That's going to be a run. That was behind.
That is behind.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Busting tackles again. That's number 44, Cal Martini, a sophomore running back. And swing pass, but it was a backwards pass. So you have to count that as a rush, Ricardo. And again, busting tackles, and if you're Pete McAdams on the other side, you got to be a little upset. You got to wrap these guys up, kind of like the Packers having some issues, right?
I'll say Cal Martin is the son of Tom Martin.
Martini.
A good friend of mine. Martini, yes.
Yes, Nate Werner told me that. I went through the names before.
First and 10 at the 48 as that one's up the middle. Brett, did you catch a number on that?
I think it was number 44 again, Martini. Look at some of those big boys in that defensive line. How about number 98 for SPASH? James Cluck, a 6'1", 316-pound junior, plugging things up and quick to the line. Appleton North, moving fast.
Yeah, Brett, I like what I see so far. Lots of running. Appleton North is, he'll Shuckleman out.
Nice, again, breaking tackles and moving ahead. That's number 11, Kyle Funky, the junior wide receiver. So I like what the play calling, very easy, easing the sophomore quarterback Shuckleman into this. Very simple passes and really developing a nice rhythm so far to start. Ball at inside of the SPASH 40. We'll call it, the 38. And you can see Shuckleman there looking towards the sideline but having to shield his eyes from that sun. There's a handoff, and again, good run by Appleton North. Ricardo, that's number 16, Charlie Hardy. So nice little combo there with Hardy, number 16, and then Martini, number 44. Young players for this Appleton North offense as well.
Brett, 2 carries for 14 yards for that young man.
Ball at the 35.
Charlie Hardy. So second down and a long 6 as
nice slant,
beautiful
throw. Right on target. That's number 17, Jack Kreitzer, a senior wide receiver, 6'4". Nice target for Shuckleman. And, boy, they're making it look easy.
8-yard gain, Brett, brings up another first down. You can see right now, you can see right away, Brett, that the young quarterback, Psalm said he has all the tools, and you see some he has a good live arm.
Swinging it.
Martini again.
Yep. Oh, nice job by number 24, SPASH, coming up with the tackle. That's Cooper Benke, a senior defensive back for the Panthers.
We'll call it a loss of 1, Brett. Second down 11 at the 28 of SPASH.
Got our first tweet by KASDSRO, tuning in for a little at PC Bretzi, at PC Ricardo, at Metal Rosie, until switching over to Maker Football. He's a big Kimberly fan.
That's right. I think they play at 8:15 today.
Hey, there's no reason why you can't watch both of us. There are multiple devices. I'm just saying.
Brett, it looks like there was some not a false start, but encroachment on or offsides on the defense, I believe. That'll cost them 5 yards. Brings up second and 6. Second down and 6. Brett will be at the 23 of SPASH. Second down and 5. They're officially calling it on the scoreboard.
Whoa.
Oh, almost losing it.
That
Martini,
was almost
though.
a fumble. Yeah, good job by Martini and a good job by the SPASH defense combining on that tackle.
Third down and 3 from the 20, Brett.
But near miscue there. Good hands. Third down and 3. It says on the scoreboard, ball on the 40. Obviously, that is incorrect. Ball is at the 20 of Stevens Point. So big third down play coming up for the Lightning. Little play action. Nice catch! And is he in? Touchdown! Wow!
That's Bo Burling, Brett, the H-back for Appleton North.
Yeah, listed as a senior tight end. Let's call that a 20-yard touchdown reception.
Brett, he had nice extension to make the catch, but then look at him staying on his feet, able to get the ball across the end zone with the reach. Beautiful drive, Brett.
Yeah, that was a third down pass,
77 yards.
PAT is good. That's number 83, Brady Frantel, the junior kicker. And just like that, Appleton North with a beautiful drive to open the game and the season. 77 yards, as Ricardo said, right down, capped by that 20-yard connection from Matthew Sheckelman to the senior tight end, Bo Burling, showing great hands. Nice play action fake there, Ricardo. Nice sequencing of play calls, too, really setting up the defense there. Defense bites, and Burling makes a nice grab, showing great hands, and then dives across that goal line. 7-0 Appleton North. Great start for the Lightning.
Yeah, Brett, 9 plays, 77 yards on that drive. Helped out a little bit by that offsides penalty, Brett. If you remember, made it a 2nd and 6 from a 2nd and 11 situation. So penalty paying a big part of that one as well.
Cole Kerchevsky, number 28, back to receive this kick for SPASH. It looks like that ball is going to skip. Ooh, right outside, almost a great kick, but right out at the 1-yard line. So a flag there. And
do they start that at the 35? Is that where they put it? No, they do that in the NFL. I hope my friend Ken, the official, is watching.
Yeah, 35-yard line is where it starts. Looking again at the Appleton North kicker, Brady Frantel, a junior kicker, also plays soccer for the Lightning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, something to keep your eye on.
Double duty?
Yeah, double duty. You see that from time to time. Hey, did you happen to see, I know you're a big Bears fan, did you happen to see Carly Lloyd from the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team drilling 55-yard field goals at Eagles practice?
Very nice.
I know your Bears need a kicker now.
Well, she had to jog up about 7 or 8 yards.
I'm sure.
Which I don't think is possible in the NFL.
I'm sure they can work with her on that.
Okay.
Well, let's see if SPASH can answer quickly. Ooh, nice hands on that catch and breaking some tackles. Ricardo, that's number 42, Spencer Wiersbo, senior tight end.
And Brandon Belko, is that how you say that? Is the quarterback for SPASH? So they'll mark that at the 39, a 4-yard gain, Brett. 2nd down and 6. Upcoming for SPASH. They're down 7-0. 20-yard touchdown reception by Bo Burling. And look at that defense, Brett. Number 31 for Appleton North, Liam Cate. All over that one.
Yeah, good team defense, a good penetration, and already a 3rd and long coming up for SPASH. So if you're Pete McAdams and Stevens Point, but what you don't want after that nice long touchdown drive from Appleton North is to have a 3-and-out and get that offense back on the field.
Right. So 3rd and 7 for Stevens Point area senior high. Just underway here at Paul Engen Field. Thank you all again for tuning in to tonight's USA Today Network Wisconsin live stream of the Valley Football Association, and that's off the hand.
Little high.
Yeah, that was off the hand spread of Noah Hoffmeister, a senior.
Brandon Vlecko, the senior quarterback. I'm sorry, the sophomore quarterback. A pair of sophomore signal callers here tonight, but a little high on that throw.
That brings up, Brett, 4th down and 5. So 3-and-out, as you said, was something they wanted to avoid. And Appleton North, which looks so good on that first offensive series, will get the ball back. You're thinking with pretty decent field position, BC.
Yeah, and you say a good start offensively, but a great start defensively for the Lightning. And in years and years and years, we've talked about it with Rob Salm. Still, this program hangs its hat on its defense. He takes great pride in that side of the football.
That punt is end over end and pretty low, as taking that at about the 29 and get about 5 yards.
That was Cambry.
Yeah, Cambry.
And there's a flag on that return. Well, it's always been interesting when you think back. Rob Salm's been, of course, the head coach here at Appleton North for a number of years, but was on the staff even before that under Paul Engen, now who's back as an assistant coach for the Lightning, but not afraid to change.
Right.
It used to be just a power rushing attack. They had so many really good running backs that came through. And then he, has had some good quarterbacks. Obviously, the most recent with Carter Robinson, some receivers, and more of a wide open attack, no huddle, spread it out, and kind of seeing that again now with this new regime. Was that a personal foul?
That had to have been a major foul. Are they going to re-kick?
Oh no, they're marking.
Okay,
I gotcha.
Yeah, that's against the Lightning, Brett. And does that put the offense back on the field?
That does. It puts SPASH's offense back on the field.
There was a personal foul or something, Brett. I haven't seen. Did you see the call?
I did not see the call.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Unsportsmanlike, is that?
Yep. Ouch.
And that is not going to sit well with Rob Salm and that Appleton North coaching staff. But again, he recognizes the talents of what he has with his athletes and kind of alters the program, alters the offense, and that's just good coaching to change with your personnel.
So first down and 10 from the 47 of Appleton North and being pressured. Velko. Oh, that's
intercepted. Ooh.
Right around the 36, Brad. Did you see the number on that?
That's number 23 for the Lightning, Braden Gomerick, the junior defensive back, coming up with a big INT. And you know what? Vlecko was flushed out, chased, going to his left, had to stop and kind of throw across his body. You're saying nobody can see you doing that, but you're shaking your finger. That's a no-no, isn't it?
You never want to do that. That's like cardinal rule number 1 is to throw back against your body. He's a young kid, and boy, Gomerick, good instincts from the young man there. I mean, because he was able to pounce on that route and pick that off with relative ease. So it's first down and 10 at the 47.
Throwing that ball in the middle of the field with all that traffic, too, was big turnover there. SPASH, had gotten the break with the penalty against Appleton North. Turns it over with that interception now on that rush. Appleton North in Stevens Point territory, up 7-0 as the clock runs here in the first quarter. Hey, anybody watching, give us a tweet, right? Give us a follow at PC Bretzi. He's at PC Ricardo, and of course Rosie's at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. Let us know where you're watching. Some of the alums not quite back at school yet, and there's a good rush by Charlie Hardy. But pretty soon you guys will be getting all busy, going back to your colleges and studying and spending your Friday nights with us.
That's right.
But give us a follow and let us know where you're watching tonight's game.
Hardy has 3 carries for 21 yards, BC. First down and 10 at the 42 of SPASH. That's where the Lightning are. Quick pass, and again, beautiful route.
Still breaking tackles. Ricardo, that's Jack Kreitzer again. Again, a little slant inside. Getting good release off the line. And again, like I said, he's a big target. 6'4", 196-pound senior wideout with those long arms. And boy, you can see it already. Different guys that can do different things, and very impressed right now with this North offense.
9-yard pass play. It'll be a second and a long one for Appleton North as they're nearing the red zone, and that's Martini.
Yeah, good job up the gut by Stevens Point. Number 35, that is Ben Racek, a sophomore linebacker, wrapping him up and bringing Martini down.
No gain on that. 5 carries, 25 yards. I have unofficially for Martini as a third and short situation for the Lightning. They're up 7-0 here. And the quarterback, the young quarterback, takes it himself.
Let's see, did he get it?
Shekelman.
Be close.
He needed to get to the 32. I think that's where they're going to mark it, Brett.
No, we'll stop the clock. I wonder if they'll bring out the chains. Nope, they're marking first down. So 1st and 10 for the Lightning. The young quarterback just pushing his way through and getting that first down. And
first down and 10, yeah, Brett.
Keeping the offense on the field. It's been a one-sided quarter so far. Shekelman on the run. And, knocked down. Good coverage. That's number 11, Brady Dillingham.
Yeah,
Dillingham, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
junior.
that was intended for Funky, actually. Yeah, Dillingham did a good job, Brett, of recognizing that play and getting right in front of it and knocking it down.
Yeah, 11 guarding 11. Good coverage.
Second down and 10 from the 32 for Appleton North. A big old Dante Borland out there to tackle or tight end position is Martini.
Getting a good push, good blocks, and Martini had some space, so third down coming up.
Ball will be at the 29, so a 3-yard gain for Martini. 6 carries, 28 yards I have for the sophomore. Third down and 7. We'll call it maybe a 6. Third down and 6 from the 29.
Well, there's Martini again. Ooh, bust through. And I think he got the first down.
I don't think he did, Brett. He's short a little bit still. That was a
I'm sorry. I'm
play.
looking at the – yep, you're right. Fourth down coming up.
Kind of a toss-out to the young Martini. And looks like he picked up a yard. But, Brett, yeah, that brings up a 4th and 5 at the 28. Interesting call.
My mistake. I was looking across the field. Got to get the binoculars back out.
Looks like some had this already pegged as 4-down territory, though, Brett. It's 4th down, and I would say 6.
Ball about, what, the 28?
Yep.
Of Stevens Point. Let's see what Shuckleman does here. He's getting chased, setting up a screen over the middle, and there. Whoa!
The turf monster
tripped,
got him.
Got a flag anyway on, looks like it's probably going to be on Appleton North, but that was a good play call. Got a tweet from Lynn Matthews saying the pronunciation, Braden Gomerick, right? Am I saying that? I'm saying that right.
I think you said that correct.
Gomerick. Gomerick.
It'll be a turnover on downs, 1st down and 10 at the 25 for SPASH. 4:44 left in the first quarter. Hey, we appreciate everyone, though, correcting us on our pronunciations.
I talked with Nate Werner before the game, going over some of the names of these North kids. But, yeah, we do appreciate you guys watching and helping us out. And here we go again. Week 1, 2019 season, Stevens Point. And that is going nowhere. I think that was a quarterback keeper. Now let's see who has it.
7? 1. Are they going with a different quarterback, Brett?
Looks like it, yeah. Is that Brendan Klisch, number 1?
Well, Klisch.
Yeah, Klisch is now the quarterback, a senior. So are they going to be doing this? Is this going to be their strategy, every other series type deal with these guys?
Could possibly be. We saw Hortonville do that last year, Brad, as coming near side, and there is a flag.
Yeah, coming back. Good run by Cole Kerchevsky, but I think a holding call is going to bring that one back. And that is the call. Checking out the VFA schedule tonight. Kaukauna at Oshkosh North, or was that was an early game, wasn't it? There's a doubleheader at Titan Stadium.
Yeah,
Kimberly at Oshkosh West follows.
8:15.
DC Everest is at Appleton East. Marshfield at Appleton West. Franklin and Fond du Lac, a non-conference game, something to watch. And then Hortonville at Wausau West. You know, some high hopes for the Polar Bears this year.
Yeah, you know, when you look back at their games, Brett, other than the Fond du Lac anomaly, all of their losses were seemingly by a touchdown or less, except against Menasha in the final in the postseason. I think they're going to be better than people think they are, than people maybe might assume, I should say.
We've got Hortonville, I believe, on the docket down at Fruth Field later this season.
That'll be a big one in the VFA South. So where are we at here, Brett? Where are they marking this? At the 15?
Like 2nd and
25?
2nd and 20, right?
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, 2nd and 20. Good call.
Klisch has it. Oh, no, that's Blecko again. Now he's back in, and if you look, maybe Rosie can get in on the quarterback. Almost looks like he's got like a club on his left hand, his non-throwing hand. He did something in practice.
Brett, right now all I know is that Appleton North is completely dominating the line of scrimmage. Those big guys up front for the North Lightning. Talking about big old Dante Borland, a 6'4", 280-pound senior.
But they better get to the line. That ball's been spotted for a while now. Yeah, if you could get a look at that, you see his left hand, Ricardo?
Yeah, I do.
Look, all casted up there.
It is casted up, Brett. You're absolutely right.
And that's going to be.
Brett, you called it the delay of game.
Yeah, they're taking way too long in that huddle. That ball was marked and spotted, and it took a while to get that play call in. So this drive going nowhere for SPASH. Also looking at games in at least the Fox Valley region, the Northeastern kicking off tonight. FVL at Denmark, O'Connell Falls at Freedom, Little Chute at Marinette, Luxembourg Casco at New London, Clintonville at Wrightstown, and then the Bay has Seymour at Green Bay East, Wapaka at Menasha, Luxembourg Casco, New London, that's a non-conference game, West Appear at Shawano, and Green Bay West at Xavier, so we'll keep an eye on that. Whoa! Lecco on the run, getting chased hard. Ooh, hit!
Look out there.
But down in distance, obviously, for that North defense. They knew they had plenty of space to work with, and that's going to force a SPASH punt with 3:02 remaining here in this opening quarter.
Brett, you could take a glance at my play. You can kind of see the difference between Appleton North and SPASH in terms of offensive plays.
The challenges of a quarterback playing with a cast on one hand, that's difficult. That's tough. I wonder if we're going to see Brendan Klisch a little bit more at the quarterback spot for SPASH as this game goes on. Despite it being kind of lopsided as far as time of possession, great punt. Whoa, Cambry picks it up. Cuts
Look
back
out.
inside.
Woo. Still on his feet,
Wow,
Brett.
almost near midfield, so nice job taking a chance on that bouncer and picks up some nice yards, but I was going to say, it seems so lopsided. It seems like this should be more than a 7-0 score. So if you're Pete McAdams at Stevens Point, you're saying, okay, guys, we're still in it. We're still in it. We're only down a touchdown. And somehow maybe defensively they can come up with a turnover and change field position.
First and 10 at the 47 for Appleton North. Their last drive kind of fizzled away at the 25. It's a turnover on downs. That's Hardy off the right side, and he'll get past midfield to the 49.
Good tackle
of
by,
SPASH.
I'm sorry, Ricardo, senior linebacker Brett Britz. Getting in there fast to bring down Hardy. And you can see how quickly they're back to the line of scrimmage, a very high tempo pace for this Lightning offense.
That means they have confidence in the junior quarterback, Brett.
Sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, or sophomore, you're right.
Martini, and I'm going to say you got to give number 35 credit for Stevens Point. Ben Rochik, the sophomore linebacker, kind of making that initial contact, pushing it back a ways, and his teammates helping out, bringing him down. So third and about 6 from the SPASH 48 right in front of us.
Just under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Again, 7-0 lead for Appleton North.
Swing. Oh, intercepted. And that might be taken back. He is in for the score, Ricardo. Nathan Conkle.
I want to say that was a 53-yard.
Yeah, that's about right.
And let me tell you something, Brett. You saw that develop because Schenkel, he wanted to go that way. He almost pump faked, waited a second, and then threw it. And by that point, was that Conkle, you said?
Yeah.
Conkle had read his eyes and picked that one off and took it to the house, Brett. Incredible. That was exactly what, if you're a SPASH fan, what they needed.
I was just saying, maybe the defense can create a turnover. You know, if you're Pete McAdams, you're saying, hey, we're in it, and it changes the field position, and look at that. Interception, you're right. Shuckelman kind of went back, turned, and telegraphed that thing the whole way, and you're going to get that from time to time when you're playing sophomore quarterbacks, young quarterbacks.
That's number 51 with the extra point, Schultz.
Kenny Schultz, and look at this. We got a tie game here at Paulingen Field.
So all that hard work that they did is erased, Brett. Now if you're Appleton, you're back to 0. You got to start from what it was at the beginning of the game now and kind of continue to build on that. That was a mistake. Like you said, Brett, you're going to see that with the sophomore quarterback telegraphing that pass. And Conklin will give him credit. He read that, Brett, that throw out to the flat. Update my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo. Don't forget about Brett at PC Brettsy and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Well, while Ricardo's doing that, again, up next week, Appleton North at Franklin in a big non-conference matchup, and SPASH will be taking on Fond du Lac at home at Gerke Field. Both kickoffs set for 7 o'clock. You know what we're going to be? We're not going to be anywhere next Friday.
No?
We're going to be somewhere next Thursday.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to the Fox River Classic Conference. Green Bay Preble hosts Bayport. Our first look at one of the mighty teams in Division I, Bayport. They took it to Manitowoc last night, 42-0. Fox River Classic Conference, Ricardo, one of those leagues that pre-Labor Day games are all Thursday nights, and then they move to Friday night once school returns. I kind of like that. So, yeah, we will not be anywhere next Friday, but we will be at Procknell Field at Preble High School. Our first time streaming a game at the football field over there and looking forward to it. We had a nice live stream check over there as well, and talk a little bit more about next week's Varsity Game of the Week live stream as well. You know, of course, we want to get out and see as many teams as we can around the areas, Bo Burling with the return. So it's our chance to head up to Green Bay schools in the Fox River Classic Conference. And then I know we'll be back at it in 2 weeks from tonight, a Friday night, Week 3, Fond du Lac at Kimberly.
Yeah, you know, Brett, I'm actually excited about next Thursday's game because that allows me to watch a Friday night football game like traditionally.
Well, yeah, plus, again, when you look at the preseason standings by WIS Sports, number 1 is Muskego, number 2 is Kimberly, number 3 is Bayport, and number 4, I think, is Fond du Lac. So at least around here, when you count the VFA, and look at that SPASH defense all over the ball carrier. But you look at in this neck of the woods, you got 3 of the top teams in Division I, Kimberly, Fond du Lac, and Bayport. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that all shapes out. I know not to talk too much about the paper makers, but they've got some quarterback issues as well.
Yeah, they're Jackson Rotier. They're the guy who had won the competition in camp out for the season. I talked with Jones, their coach.
Senior,
yeah, out for the season with a blown ACL. So they go to a sophomore now, just like Appleton North.
Wow, nowhere to throw. Woo. How about number 10 coming in? Engelkis, I hope I'm saying that right. Number 10, one of their first teamers from last year, a senior linebacker. But great coverage downfield, nowhere for Shuckleman to throw the football.
Yeah, now you're talking 3rd and 15, Brett.
Now you got to be careful. Maybe if you're Appleton North, you just call a run and live for another day. Nope, Shuckleman's going to drop back. He's got protection.
Oh, there was a pull on number 10, and Appleton North wanted that flag clear.
You can hear the fans in front of us. They wanted it too.
That was Engelkis. He pulled on the jersey of Gonzalez, but no flag, and Appleton North sideline not happy with that non-call. So 3 and out for Appleton North. And SPASH has quickly turned things around.
Yeah, you feel like the momentum's turned a little bit.
The interception for return for a touchdown by Conkle really kind of moved things, the momentum back in their favor.
Well, they're going to get some decent field position here. You look, the punt return man, I can't get a number on him, but he's lined up near the 30. Looks like that's number 28. He runs up. Oh, watch out. Oh, he still stays with it. That's Cole Kerchevsky showing good hands. The junior bobbling it a little bit, but look at that field position. It's going to be at the Stevens Point 47-yard line.
Yeah, with 33.9 seconds left. Sometimes with those low punts, Brett, and you're trying to field them on the run, can lead to some dangerous things. So let's see if this SPASH offense, which has only ran, I have 8 plays, Brett, this quarter. Oh, look out. And down he goes.
Good pressure.
Trying to catch that number, 91. That is Max Carpenter, a 6'4", 202-pound senior. Carpenter with the big sack.
Coming in, yeah, he didn't have much time. That was just good penetration by the Carpenter. And, you know, you're looking at Blecko, the quarterback for Stevens Point. He dropped back, planted that back leg, and Carpenter was right in his backside pretty fast and dragging him down.
And we have, is that a timeout here? End of the quarter. So end of the first quarter, we're all tied here at Paul Lincoln Field, 7-7. Quarter that was, in terms of possession, was controlled by Appleton North. They scored on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Sheckelman to Bo Burling. And they look to be adding some more points onto the scoreboard, but a 53-yard interception return by Conkle of Stevens Point gave SPASH their touchdown, and that's what we have here on the scoreboard in this, again, gorgeous night here in Wisconsin, in middle Wisconsin, I should say.
I think the weather's supposed to be good all weekend, too.
Beautiful, Brett.
I'll take it. Hey, you know, as much as I love summer, it was a little humid.
It was, yes.
It was some humid. Hey, Lynn Matthews checking back. Gomerak, am I saying that right? Lynn, yes or no? Gomerak?
Well, I thought they told you how to pronounce it.
Braden Gomerak. I hope that's how she has it listed here on Twitter. Gomerak.
Gomerak, okay.
I was told it was Gomerak, but if you're telling me it's Gomerak, send me another tweet, yes or no. But we appreciate it. And second quarter about to start with Stevens Point facing a second and long, and pretty good run there.
2nd and 16 it was, Brad, from the 39.
Moving that pile.
Where are they going to mark this? Right at the 45, so back to the original line of scrimmage.
Is that Tommy Droner, number 20 on the carry? Or no, it's Cooper Benke. I'm sorry, they have two 20s listed on the roster. Don't do that to me, SPASH.
Oh, boy. I wonder if that Droner's the son of the softball coach.
Well, that's right, yeah, and one of our, the brother then of the
Aubrey Droner.
Yeah, who won our softball player of the year at the Sports
Woo.
Awards show.
She was amazing.
3rd and 10 for Stevens Point, ball on their own 45-yard line. Boy, you got to worry about those shotgun snaps, right?
Look out!
Oh, boy, nowhere to go. That's number 33 for Appleton North getting in there quickly. Wilson Zuck, junior linebacker. And I got the thumbs up from Lynn Matthews. Appreciate it, Lynn. Thank you so much. Hey, I got your name right.
Yeah. Whoa, good job there.
Gomerak. All right.
4th and 17 from the 38, punting situation for SPASH.
I'm going to spot Nate Werner tonight. I'm going to give a little piece of my mind there.
Hey, Appleton North, Brett, again, forcing a 3-and-out. So now, look at the ball back on offense.
Ooh, nice punt. Nice punt. Look at how high that is. Great hang time. And now we're really to go for Gomerak. The junior.
You say potato, I say potato.
I was waiting for Gomerak to kind of do the fair catch signal, but he's saying, no, I'm going to give this a shot. And the way they've been busting tackles tonight, why not?
Well, I'll tell you what, Appleton North's offense has been able to move the ball, Brett. Mistakes have short-circuited their drives. Failed 4th down conversion and then a interception. Let's see if the young Sheckelman can get them going in the right direction. And they start off with a run off the left side. Is that Martini?
Martini, but big 98. James Cluck, the 316-pound junior nose tackle, defensive tackle. That's a big body to try to move, Ricardo. He was there.
2nd down and 9. That was a gain of 1 yard for Martini, a sophomore.
I feel like the SPASH defense has settled down a little bit now.
I agree, Brett. They seem to be playing with a lot more discipline.
Ooh, heavy pursuit there. Sheckelman nowhere to go, and a good pressure by the Panthers. I think it was number 15 coming in pretty fast. Brett Britz, the senior linebacker. So you're seeing Sheckelman, Ricardo. He gets out in space, but they're coming in fast and forcing quick throws.
Exactly. We talked about how Psalm in the pregame, Brett, we were talking about how he had tried to get him up to speed for game conditions, but it's a lot different when you're going from the practice field to the game.
It's going to take some time, right? I mean, it's only the first week of the season, and talking about Kimberly, going now with a sophomore quarterback, they're going to have some growing pains too. kind of an interesting season in that sense. You know, you look at Fond du Lac, they're kind of reloading as well, some new names, and actually the one team that really has a lot going for it is Bayport with all those guys coming back. I mean, they're loaded.
Yeah, if they're going to win that state title, Brett, this
might be the year, right? Well,
yeah.
don't forget about Muskego, but if they're at least Bayport getting to Madison.
Muskego had their one good year. Now they go back to being irrelevant.
Bayport hammering Manitowoc 42-zip last night. And, hey, good catch.
Trying to get that number. Who is that?
That's 17 again, okay. Jack Kreitzer, the senior wideout. Again, the FRCC playing games last night. I got to what happened there. Bayport shut out Manitowoc 42-zip. De Pere handled the Green Bay Preble 22-6. That's Schwabenon. New coach Brian Richkowski used to be at Little Chute. They topped Green Bay Southwest 20-7. Nowhere to go for Martini. Notre Dame cruised past Sheboygan North 45-6. How about this? Pulaski had a battle with Sheboygan South, but finally edged.
Wow.
The what is the Sheboygan South nickname now? The Red Wings, I think they are. Yeah, 21-14. And then we talk about Neenah. How about Neenah last night hammering, clobbering Wisconsin Rapids 45-7. So the 2019 season actually kicking off last night.
Second down from the 43, and whoa, that's Charlie Hardy.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Oh boy.
Into SPASH territory.
That's what you call running the daylight. Boy, some great blocking up front. He didn't have to do a whole lot, just read his blocks, found the lane, and he was off to the races down to the 31.
26-yard gain for Charlie Hardy.
Give those big boys some praise up front, that offensive line. And quickly to the line.
You don't waste time, do they?
No, they don't.
First down and 10 from the 31 as Scheckelman gets the call from the sideline. Now the two receivers far side. Moving a little farther away from the quarterback as that's Hardy off the left side. Brett bouncing it. Still on his feet. Just outside the 20.
Rochek, the linebacker, finally bringing down Hardy, but feeding the running back. Yeah.
It is a first down, so look at that.
That's a good 1-2 punch with Charlie Hardy and Cal Martini. And
there's some big boys.
Well, think about this, too. Hardy, just a junior. Martini, just a sophomore. So if you're Rob Somm, you're thinking, boy, this is nice. I get these guys for another year yet.
He'll be just short of the first down, so second down and 1. 9-yard gain. Well, actually, they're bringing out the sticks, Brett. Where are they going to have it? He is going to be short. Looking for Charlie Hardy. Had some pretty good numbers in the first quarter, Brett. And now 6 carries for 60 yards. I have him unofficially for. So the junior running back doing a lot of good things for Appleton North. As the Lightning are just short of a first down here. Second down and inches.
Well, Hardy out of the game now. Martini in. That's a kind of a Thunder and Lightning combination. Martini, 228 pounds, so you got to say he's the Thunder, and we just saw the Lightning in that fast.
Yeah, but Hardy's 203 pounds. He's
yeah,
not
he is.
Little.
He isn't a little kid, is he?
Look at Martine. Close, but I don't know if he got it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you know, Martine got hit right away, Brett, right as he got the ball. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. No gain on that play for Martini. See how they're going to do another. I thought maybe they're going to try another quarterback sneak, Brett. They've done that before with Scheckelman.
Watch out. Oh, coming in on the blitz. That was Sam Molsky, the linebacker.
You know, and that's where it wasn't picked up, Brett, in the backfield. And now you're looking at a 4th and long. So that's a loss of 11, Brett. 4th and 12. But, boy, look at this again. 4-down territory, apparently, for North. And they're going to go deep.
Too high.
Incomplete. So you see, again, Brett, another offensive series not resulting in points.
Good job by Brady Dillingham. Defending the play. I think that was intended for Bo Burling. So turnover on downs, and that SPASH defense holds. I got a score here. Hortonville on top of Wausau West right now, 14-zip. Again, if you know anybody who's out and about, use the hashtag HSSWI, Oshkosh North. And Kaukauna looks like Ghosts. Oh, that's 2 hours ago. Let's see if we have a final on that one, Ricardo. Last check, I see that the Ghosts were up 21-zip in the third quarter.
Taking it up to the 35. Who was that? Seeing 26.
So Dylan Hansen.
Gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6. Ball will be at the 35. So we'll say second down and 7, a 3-yard gain.
You know, Ricardo, Kaukauna could be a team to watch.
I agree.
I don't think we've ever streamed a football game at
Nice
the facility.
place.
Beautiful
Nice place.
facility.
I've been there. Second down and 7 from the 35. And nowhere to go.
That was number 20. I think that was Cooper Benke again. Yeah, good job by that North defense plugging it up front. You know, in the past years, I've announced our live stream schedule, our weeks 1 through 9. I didn't do that this year on purpose. We do have it set in place, but I wanted a little bit more liberty to change the games.
You can do that. You're the man.
In case some things don't work out as we anticipate.
The only thing I would like to see you change is maybe do a little Amro Winnicott China Bowl. Right, Rosie?
No.
Come on, Rosie gives me the
No,
fist.
I want to do a game on a scissors lift again. That's what I want to do.
No.
I don't think we will either. As the equipment costs too much.
I think I still got a scar on my face.
I still think back that we did that. I shake my head like, how could we have done that? But we survived. And Klisch, nowhere to go. He's flushed out of bounds, and a good 3-and-out by that North defense. Yeah, we did. That was a Freedom Little Shoot game about a few years, 3 or 4 years ago now. And problem is, I would like to go to Freedom do some games, but their press box accommodations, they just don't have the space.
Can't do it.
So that was a big game that year, and we got a local electrician to bring in a scissors lift, and he lifted us behind the bleachers.
Did that was that okay with OSHA?
No, I don't think I had that okayed by anybody, even at the office.
Brett, you're a rebel.
And I thought, yeah, we probably won't ever do that again.
You endangered my life.
I was more worried about the equipment.
That punt.
Beautiful. Another high punt, fair catch by Cambrai, and North will have it. At the 30.
Yeah, I think the 33.
34-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. 34-yard line. No, 33. You're right.
Hey, BC.
5:29 to play in the second quarter.
Here's an interesting game. Kiwani and Kiel.
Yeah.
Tied at 7 after the first quarter.
Okay.
Amherst up 21-0 over Anago. See, oh, wow. Check this score out from our ex-friend, or not, I want to say ex-friend, ex-colleague, Steve Clark. He's still a good buddy of mine. Montello, Princeton Green Lake 8, Iola Scandinavia 6.
Wow.
What?
Jordan Jacobson, our colleague, Marshfield up 6-zip over Appleton West at the end of the first quarter. And Hardy brought down. I don't think he maybe picked up a yard. Yep, looks like he got a yard up to the 34. So 2nd and 9 as the clock runs. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining here in this half. A lot to talk about at halftime. The grind begins again, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And starting tonight, it's a good kind of grind though. But we got a little Packer show that kicks off on Monday with a pretty cool guest.
That's true. 2 receivers far side. The give is a Hardy. Up the middle, and they're going to give it, or they're going to mark it right at the 37.
I like that Rachik, number 35. Again, 6 foot, 202-pound sophomore linebacker. He was in on the tackle, and then again, big 98, James Cluck, the junior defensive lineman. They got some good defenders there for Stevens Point, making it a little bit difficult after that opening drive. You know, Appleton North opened the game with that, what was it, 9-play, 77-yard touchdown drive, and since then the Panthers have done a pretty good job.
Wrightstown up 21-0 over Clintonville.
Wrightstown, the favorite to win the Northeastern. Nice pitch and catch. Shuckleman to number. Funky
he
had
recovered it though. And Brett, because of where it was recovered, that's a first down.
Yeah. You can see the Panthers sideline thought they had it. Getting a little fired up, but North keeps it. Fresh set of downs coming up as the clock continues to run.
Another score here, BC. Wausau West 14-3, trailing Hortonville. Hortonville up 14-3, I should say. Saying things backwards.
Oh, actually, clock stopped. Here we go. Shuckman, a little pump fake. Nice throw. And that's Funky again. Kyle Funky, the junior wideout, and Good protection for Scheckelman to do the pump fake, step into that throw, and keep this offense moving in a positive direction near midfield.
Chilton up 19-0 over Crivets.
Chilton has a big anniversary to celebrate here
yes,
coming
they
up.
do.
The 50th anniversary of the famous unbeaten, untied, and unscored upon team, right? 1969, timeout for Appleton North. That's going to be coming up later this month. Might even be next week where all the guys are coming back. And
Special night for you, Brett. Didn't you see them play back in high school?
no, I wasn't born then yet.
All right.
Ricardo. But you know that team was led by a guy named Dave Casper.
Oh, he played in the NFL, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a Pro Football Hall of
Okay,
Famer.
all right.
Won a ring with the Oakland Raiders and played at Notre Dame.
Can't remember.
He was kind of the headliner of that team now as you look back on it, but there were a lot of good players. I did a story
What
on
do
those
you
guys
mean
10
John
years ago.
Madden was the headliner of that team?
No, I'm talking about Chilton.
Oh, Chilton. Oh, sure. Okay.
That 1969, that famous team. I think they outscored their 8 opponents 363-0. I think that's what it was.
Some barn burners there.
Yeah, I think the week one was the toughest one where they beat Sun Prairie 7-zip.
Amherst up 28-0 over Anago now in the second quarter.
But I did a story on those guys 10 years ago for the 40th, and I just saw an email, forwarded it over to Mike Sherry, and I know that the celebration is going to commence again. Every 10 years they all get together.
Did you talk to Casper?
I did 10 years ago, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, real good guy. Speaking of legends, also I see Rocky Blair coming back to Appleton in September to perform his one-man play at the Xavier High School Fine Arts Theater.
Cool.
And,
Second down and 5, Brett. At the
Rocky
49.
been in the news this week. He had
Yeah.
that documentary. I don't know if you caught that, but it was excellent. Well done. And
Whoa,
look at this.
Martini!
I thought he was the Thunder, looking like the Lightning there, right? Boy, turning around that edge, racing down the sideline, and look at where that ball is going to be spotted near the 20-yard line. Showing some wheels from the big fella.
27-yard gain for Martini, and Appleton North is just outside the red zone.
Yeah, but I think officially at the 22-yard line.
Game tied 7-7, but Appleton North with just over 3 minutes left here trying to put some more points on the board. That's Hardy off the right side. There's a flag, though,
Yeah,
Brett.
coming back. But I'm thinking about going to check out that Rocky Blair performance. He wrote the screenplay and stars in his one-man play, really about his life, and what a story about.
How has that not made a movie yet?
Oh, there's a movie called Fighting Back.
No, I mean like one more recently now.
Oh, I don't know.
Sounds like something you could probably do. Why can't you get Tarantino to do it?
Well,
Right, Rosie?
but
He'll put some good Vietnam action in there.
I watched that documentary. It was a half-hour special on ESPN2 on Tuesday night, his return trip to Vietnam where he was wounded 50 years ago and fought back to the NFL, 4-time Super Bowl champion, and there's another flag.
Yeah, those Super Bowl Steeler teams are pretty good, I heard.
Yeah, and he was a big part of it. 1,000-yard rusher one season.
Him and Franco.
Oh, that was a combination.
Hey, Brett, Kewanee 14, Keo 14. That is with 7:36 left in the second.
It's a big game. Small school powerhouses there, right? We did
Yeah.
one of those last year when Amherst and Springs played at Amherst.
And our guy, Tanner Bordolini, Rosie, on the Elite 11.
Yeah, we'll have to
Wisconsin
talk about
recruit.
that came out, what, today? Your Elite 11
Yes.
or yesterday?
It did, and I'll talk about it at the half, and got to give Rosie some love because Rosie's the one who put them all
A
together.
little different look at the Elite 11. It was more of a regionalized
Yes.
look. As Hardy,
Oh, look at
big
that
hole,
hole.
the right side, down near the 10. Could be a first down. We'll see. Clock stops. 2:38 to play. North with 2 timeouts remaining. Plenty of time, obviously, here. And that is a fresh set of downs. And North, Ricardo quickly again back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 12, I think is worth calling it. And that's Hardy again. Look at the size of that hole, Brett.
Great job reading those blocks again. 12-yard run for Charlie Hardy.
Outstanding blocking by that offensive line. Those were gigantic. gaps for him to go through, Brett. He wasn't even touched getting in the second level. Also, another score here, Brett, if I may. Fond du Lac's up 13-3 over Franklin with 4:14 left in the third.
Nice. Steven Jorgensen taking over that program.
Yes.
The son of Steve Jorgensen. I think his dad's still on that staff, though, correct?
He is.
There's some knowledge on that coaching staff. The kick is up and good. So 14-7 lead for the Lightning on that 12-yard touchdown run from Charlie Hardy.
Some big runs, Brett, on that drive. The 12-yard touchdown run from Hardy, a 15-yard run by Hardy, and then the big 27-yard run from Martini, Brett, really kind of got them down into the red zone again. A 12-yard touchdown run by Hardy finishes that drive off.
DC Everest, Appleton East tied up at 7 apiece. Little Chute beating Marinette at half, 9-zip. A new era for Little Chute. Ted Evers, the new head coach.
Good guy.
Of them, yes, very good guy. Kaukauna beats Oshkosh North. I don't know if you saw that, Ricardo, 28-9.
Who was that again? Kaukauna?
Kaukauna topped Oshkosh North, 28-9. It's our friend Dan Cohn chiming in, sending in some scores.
Dan Cohn always does a great job with that that nice handy guide that he puts together.
Yeah, I used it for the game notes, so I always appreciate it, Dan. Very pleasant surprise when I came to my desk on Monday and saw it there.
I got to say, again, Appleton North, it's a 14-7 game, but they have completely dominated this game. I showed you my playbook here, or the script sheet here that has all their plays. Again, Appleton North in the second quarter. Appleton North in the first quarter. I mean, it's been really it's
2-1, 3-1 in plays,
easily, and I'll count them all off before halftime here. But yeah, Appleton North has just been putting on a clinic, so it's a little surprising to see that they're only up by a touchdown.
1st and 10, Stevens Point at its own 20. All 3 timeouts remaining for the Panthers. Let's see if Spash can answer. Vlecko again with that cast on his left arm, and there's a nice start to the drive. A good run by number 28, Cole Kerchevsky. And let's see, with the clock running, how quickly the plays will come in for Spash. Second and, I guess, 4, ball to 26 for Stevens Point. Vlecko barking out the signals. He has it, and there's a hand. Wow.
Collision.
Vlecko kept the football. I don't think he even had a chance to hand it off. Ball down to the 23-yard line, so a loss of 3 on that hit. Didn't see who
it was a collision
caused,
though, BC.
Yeah, the initial contact, but big stop here coming up if this North defense can hold. You know that Rob Som's going to call a timeout and see if they can get some more points on the scoreboard before the halftime clock hits 0. Spash kind of taking its time right now.
And there is a timeout now, BC. And it's a timeout by Spash. So 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. See if I can get some other scores here, BC.
Boy, a lot of time came off that clock before Stevens Point burned a timeout. If
you have any scores, again, look me up on Twitter at PC Ricardo. You can tweet me along or throw me on the mentions or whatever, and I can pass those scores along. Anything from the Valley, from the state of Wisconsin, really. Iowa Scandinavia, again, is down 16-6.
Wow. Well, they've lost some guys, too. Remember Bryce Hittner, the all-time career rushing leader in the state of Wisconsin. He's off, so kind of a changing of the guard, if you will, or just new faces, new names. Those established programs, though, the cream tends to rise to the top when it's all said and done. I have a feeling Iowa Scandinavia will be in the mix. Third and 7 for Stevens Point. Minute 10 remaining here until halftime ends as Vlecko getting chased. Goal going back.
Oh, intercepted! Is that Hardy? No, 43.
Wow, that's Nathan Small. And I'm going to say, how far was that return? I didn't even catch.
23 yards, I want to say. That was off a tip. And Brett, Nathan Small, part of the leadership committee here at Appleton North.
Well, we saw Shuckelman kind of the same thing. He was rolling to his weak side, and you kind of saw that with Vlecko now for Stevens Point, and an ill-advised throw. Small was right there and had a clear lane to the end zone. A big mistake by the SPASH quarterback, and a chance now for Appleton North to go up 2 scores. And that PAT is through, and boy, coming off of a timeout, Ricardo, as well.
Yeah.
And just like that, 2-touchdown lead for Appleton North with a minute remaining. You're going to call it 23-yard interception return by the senior linebacker, Nathan Small. Following that 12-yard run from Charlie Hardy. Also, Bo Burling, a 20-yard touchdown reception in the first quarter from Matthew Shuckelman. Those are the 3 Lightning touchdowns. And we've seen a couple of interception returns for scores. Stevens Point had a 53-yard return, INT return. That was Nathan Conkle with a minute 40 remaining in the first quarter.
And Brett, let me tell you, you know what really set up that whole sequence of events is the great pass rush by Appleton North.
Yeah.
You try to do the screens. Why do you do screens, Brett? To slow down the pass rush, am I right? Maybe catch the mapping and over-aggressive defense. And look what happened right there. That set up the tip pass into Small's hands, touchdown on defense for the Lightning.
Again, seeing the inexperience there from Vlecko, rushing, throwing, kind of an awkward throw going to his left. And what you didn't want to happen now, a fumble in the football there, and that's going to go into the end zone. So at the 20-yard line for Stevens Point. If you're Pete McAdams, now you got to think, we got to regroup here. We got to get our guys into halftime, because they had kind of seized momentum after dominating that first quarter. It felt like their defense was really playing good football.
It was kind of a bend, don't break, for SPASH.
Getting some stops and keeping themselves in the game with 7-7, and then the run by Hardy, and then now the interception, and just like that, it's back on Appleton North side. Not often you see a pair of interception returns in the same game.
Absolutely not. Good call.
Again, I've never seen a quarterback play with like that club, that cast on his on his non-throwing hand.
Look out.
Oof.
52 on Appleton North. Was on him like white on rice,
yeah,
Brad.
Junior linebacker Ethan Post. Yeah, he was all over Colton Engel, the junior wide receiver for Stevens Point. So 56.9 seconds to go, and see what the play call is here with nothing really working now for the SPASH offense.
Bondi 20-10 over Franklin under a minute left in the first half.
Bondi putting up some points against Franklin.
The Sabres.
Oh, that was knocked down.
They got some big boys over there doing some damage, Brett.
Yeah, I think that might have been number 91 getting his big old hand on it. Max Carpenter, 6'4", 202-pound senior defensive lineman. So he's got some length, some wingspan there to knock those balls down. The big old Dante Borland, number 98, 6'4", 279-pound defensive lineman.
Oh, look at that. They caught him, Brett. Oh.
Wow, that's a nasty hit.
They closed that gap in a hurry.
John Carew, the junior defensive back, laying the wood on that hit against Cooper Benke. Well, we got a flag on the play. I wonder if there was a little shenanigans going on afterwards.
Keels now up 20-14 over Kewanee.
Not sure what the officials are talking about here, but let's see what. Well, there's going to be a personal foul against the Lightning, Ricardo.
Oh, boy, that's the second one that they've had.
Motion's running a little high after that big hit, so it's going to be a fresh set of downs for Stevens Point. Only 47.9 seconds to play, but SPASH does have 2 timeouts remaining. So if you're Rob Somm, you going to talk a little bit about some discipline at halftime, I'm guessing as well. Keep your cool. 15-yard penalty as the official marks it, and the ball will be spotted right at the Panthers' 40-yard line. And, this makes it a little bit more manageable. They can get a big play here, and, I don't know what kind of the kicker they have, but maybe set yourself up for a field goal, or who knows.
Brett, can I do a little revision here? Let's call that interception return for a touchdown 19 yards. I just saw the video here of it from the North Twitter account.
Lecco keeping it. I'm going to think SPASH is going to want to call a timeout here. Yep. So 19 yards?
19 yards, yes.
So SPASH burns a second timeout here. Yeah, those are always hard to see, aren't they, in real time?
Yeah, and it was big old number 98 that got his big paw on it. That's Borland, it looks like. Appleton East 7, DC Everest 7 at the half. Thank you, Dan Cohn, again, our buddy, former co-worker.
Is he at a game?
He might be. Cohn loves football,
I know he does.
No, this is how I envision Dan Cohn, who puts out that great prep football guide. He's probably sitting at home with as many live streams on as many TVs and like 3 or 4 different radios set up. I bet you that's what he's doing.
He could very well be.
I know Dan. He loves his football. And to be brutally honest, Brett, if I wasn't doing this, that's probably what I would be doing.
Yeah, I would probably be. I'd go out and catch a game somewhere. Of course, I love basketball. That's what I would for sure be doing come hoop season.
Not till November, buddy.
That's not that far away.
Second down and about 5.
That's scary, isn't it?
It is from just outside the 44-yard line for SPASH.
Watch out. Nowhere to go.
Man,
Jeez.
man. They are just controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, how about Ethan Post again? We called his name a little while ago, the junior linebacker coming in, barely blocked. Boy, if you're Pete McAdams, I don't know if you even get the snap off.
Nah.
Just he's going to the locker room, regroup, and
oh, they are calling a timeout. Oh, that might be Appleton North, though.
Nope, I think that's
it is
SPASH.
Okay,
so
interesting.
the final timeout.
Did Post also get another? Was that his second sack?
I'm not. I don't have the.
No. I was just wondering if you had remembered.
West Appear 21-0 lead against Shawano at halftime. We're going to see West Appear later on this season. Actually, hopefully a couple times. Good to see the band here tonight. Looks like the full band, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It's not just the athletes that start early there.
Yeah,
right.
Considering school hasn't started yet. It's always kind of weird couple weeks, isn't it? Really, when the high school football season kicks off, it doesn't really feel like it's that time of year because I guess there are some. I think FBL's back at school. But all the public schools will start after Labor Day.
Third and long.
Lecco trying to find some time. Nowhere to go.
Again. That's Borland.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
And Borland took Lecco down hard. There's just nowhere to go. Great coverage downfield, and Lecco just
He doesn't even,
just not enough time.
He doesn't have time to go through his progressions,
No.
Brett.
And that Borland sack is how this half is going to end. 21-7.
Borland has been as dominant as any player on the field right now, Brett. So that is halftime, 21-7. As I update my Twitter account, you can follow me at PC Ricardo. Don't forget about Brett at PC Brett C. Rosie at Metal Rosie.
All right, well, as Ricardo does that, that's going to give me an opportunity to talk about what we have coming up on Monday.
Yeah, please do.
First show of season number 11 of Clubhouse Live. That's our weekly Green Bay Packers show. Takes place in the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill inside the Red Lion Hotel Paper Valley. That's downtown Appleton. And we have a really, we do 2 preseason shows before we really get going in our regular season. Our regular season guest this season, everybody, will be Packers running back Aaron Jones. We're really looking forward to having Aaron Jones with us this season, getting to know number 33, and hopefully he has a big season. Boy, they're talking big things for him.
Good guy.
In Matt LaFleur's offense. Yeah, we met him back in, I guess, July, I want to say, when we did a video shoot with him. But looking forward to him. He'll join the show September 9th. That's right after the Packers beat the Bears. But we open up with a couple preseason shows, and this Monday joining us is our original co-host, and he is very original himself. It's former Green Bay Packers tight end and Super Bowl champion Tom Crabtree. The Puma is coming back. The prodigal son returns to Clubhouse Live. So join us live in person at 6:30 at the Clubhouse. We're going to give away some great prizes. Actually giving away an ultimate tailgate party this week. We will have a show on Labor Day as well, and I'll announce our guest soon. That night, though, on September 2nd, we are giving away 2 tickets. Miller Lite deck tickets, Lambeau Field, Packers, Vikings. How about that? So you must be present to register and win all those great prizes. If you can't make it to the show, though, you can always watch it live online at clubhouselive.com or facebook.com/Packers News. But Ricardo, looking forward to hanging out with the Puma again. It's going to be great to see Tom. He lives in Florida.
Ocala.
And he's coming to see us. He's not just going to be in the area and we're piggybacking off of it. He is coming to see us, and he's making a special trip.
Let me tell you, I've made many drives to Florida, and I always drive past Ocala. That is where Tom Crabtree lives. A lot of swamps around there.
Yeah, a lot of snakes, a lot of alligators.
A lot of swamps. But no, I'm really excited because I think we have a special bond with Tom because he was our first co-host, and he is the most down-to-earth man you will ever meet. Guy's great. He was here last year, I think, right? Didn't he go to a Little Shoot Freedom game?
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell you about that.
Yeah.
He was in town for an event, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, JDRF event that he's near and dear to, and that's actually what we did a fundraiser for him and that charity when he brought Aaron Rodgers to the show back in 2012. But he was in Appleton for that, and yeah, just called us up and we hung out with him, and then he stayed in town. He was in town, I think, for a few nights, and actually ended up going to my son's high school basketball game the next night and hanging out with us. It was a Little Shoot Freedom game, and it was an overtime game. It was a really close game. It was a fun atmosphere, packed gym, and I think he enjoyed it. He was just looking for something to do, and I jokingly said, well, you can come to my son's high school game. He goes, yeah, I think I'll do that. I was like, okay. And we did and had a fun time. So that was back in, like, February, I think. It was when it was cold and snowy.
Good guy. We had dinner with him, I think, the day before. We hung out with him.
At the clubhouse, yeah.
At the clubhouse, and really excited because Tom really loved the fans. He loved interacting with the Packer fans and us, so I can't speak more highly than him.
I know he'll be there with a Super Bowl ring on, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great way to kick off season number 11. And then, as I said, we'll do a Labor Day show with another preseason guest, and that will lead into the September 9th show as Aaron Jones makes his debut with us, and he'll bring a teammate guest along with him throughout the season. So it's going to be a fun Clubhouse Live season, and hopefully, I know you're a Bears fan, but hopefully it's always good for business when the Packers are doing well.
Well, look, Aaron Jones is a fine player and another good guy. I have nothing against Aaron Jones. Very good player. I'm expecting him to have another big year, depending on how much he's used in LaFleur's system. I'll tell you that. Now, he's no Tariq Cohen. We know this. But he's going to have a good season, in my opinion. He has all the talent in the world. Just got to stay healthy, my man.
Got to stay healthy. Got to stay on that field. So we're all excited. We're looking forward to a great Clubhouse Live season. Hard to believe it starts already on Monday. As I said, the grind now begins. And that leads us to Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to be this Wednesday or the following Wednesday, but at some point we're going to get to the Varsity Roundtable.
Right, exactly. And, again, that's something we'll talk to Rosie and see how it all plays out. But, yeah, the only online high school sports talk show in the state. Going to start either this coming Wednesday or the following Wednesday, maybe after the holiday. We'll figure it out, but best place to find out, Varsity, or Facebook.com/Varsity Roundtable. Also, our podcast, Brett, might start up this Wednesday or the following Wednesday. We'll get it in there. Don't worry about it. One thing I do want to tout, though, is our Elite 11 preseason digital showcase football team that Jim Rosendick has worked tirelessly on. Rosie, I can't tell you how great it looked. It's fantastic. We had all those guys in. And Brett, it's not just an Appleton area one anymore.
Yeah, what happened
We
there?
went up to up to Green Bay area, down to the Fond du Lac and Oshkosh areas. It's a true Valley I-41 team, all right? So I-41, at least in our neck of the woods, north of Fond du Lac. So let me run down the players that are on the team, and you can find these, by the way, on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, thenorthwestern.com, and fdlreporter.com. Our 11 players are Jose Concepcion of Hortonville, Cole Pope of Menasha, Harrison Robidoux of Winneconne, Jack Van Dyke of Neenah, Marcus Sutner of Chilton, Mitch Bartle of Kimberly, Max Musin of Bayport, Sam Hafner of De Pere, Tanner Bordolini of Kewanee, Kerry Kadanko of West De Pere, and Marcus Orlandoni of Fond du Lac St. Mary Springs. So those are our 11 players. Had them all in, I want to say at the end of July, right, Rosie? And then Rosie worked day and night to get those done, and they are now on our sites and they are live. So please check them out. We have done a little green screen action with them. You get to hear what their favorite player is, singer, all that stuff, a little bit about themselves and why they're on the team. And all 11 are fantastic representatives of their individual schools, Brett.
Why the move to make it a regionalized team?
I think we're doing more regional things as a whole, Brett, wouldn't you say? Our live streams are more regional.
Yeah.
And it's a way to kind of showcase the great athletes, not just in Appleton, but also in Green Bay.
Fond du Lac.
Look how many great players we have in this valley, Brett.
Yeah.
I just felt, and I think some of the higher bosses agreed, hey, let's showcase more than just Appleton. As great as the athletes are around here, let's showcase the entire valley, and I think everyone's going to get a kick out of it. And I'm also excited our Terrific 10, which used to be the Sensational 6, Terrific 10, is going to hopefully debut next week. Rosie, are you working on those right now?
That's the girls volleyball team?
The girls volleyball team. Also the same thing, Brett. We went up to Green Bay, down to Fond du Lac, and all in between to get the 10 girls that are going to be on that team. Because remember, we could easily make 10 Appleton girls because we have that many great volleyball players, especially last year when all 6 were Division I girls, Division I college recruits. So, yeah, that's debuting hopefully next week. We'll keep you up to date on that. But those fine young ladies had a great time working with me and Rosie on that as well. So really excited. We're doing some great things, Rosie. All of those, by the way, Brett, for subscribers.
Good.
Subscribers to USA Today Network Wisconsin. So please keep that in mind. And subscribe, Brett, right? We have the 99 cents, gets you 3 months, I believe.
Yeah, actually.
Or is it 99 cents for the year?
That'd be a good idea, Rosie, to put up a subscriber commercial or something, or have a graphic next time. We'll do that next week's stream, hopefully, and get some eyeballs on how folks can not only subscribe to the Post-Crescent, but any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin publications. And that includes the Press Gazette, the Northwestern, the Fond du Lac Reporter, Manitowoc, Sheboygan, and, of course, our central partner, Stevens Point Journal, Wausau Daily Herald, the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune, and the Marshfield, is it the News Herald? Looking at Appleton North, they do a great job social media. Greg Hunick is fantastic with it.
Great job.
He's got the halftime stats. Right now, Appleton North team stats, 200 total yards. He's got down 133 yards rushing, 67 yards passing. SPASH, 4 total.
Sounds about right.
4 total offensive yards for SPASH.
That sounds right.
1 rushing yard, 3 passing yards.
Wow. And Brett, I counted up the offensive plays for Appleton North. Unofficially, I had 42 offensive plays for Appleton North, 23 for SPASH, and some of those came late for SPASH.
So Appleton North outgaining SPASH 200-4 in total yardage so far right now. Halftime score, Ricardo in the Northeastern. How about this? Wrightstown 47, Clintonville 7 at the half.
You know, Brett, how long I've been working at the Post Crescent? I remember when Clintonville made it to the state finals.
Yeah, they had some powerhouse teams back in the day.
Late 2000s.
Do not know what has happened. I liked what I saw from their basketball program this past year. They really thought they turned the corner. They were a tough out. But Wrightstown, they're kind of, I think, a powerhouse in that Northeastern and might make a run deep into the playoffs, as Northeastern teams tend to do. That's a good league in all sports, so it should be fun to watch that. It's going to be fun to watch the FRCC, of course, Bayport. We're going to see them next week. That's a Thursday night game, and that's our next live stream. Green Bay Preble hosts Bayport. Live coverage will kick off from Prochnow Field at Preble High School at 6:45 p.m. So Thursday night game. Get that on your calendar, because if you're going to be going out there on a Friday night, Ricardo, it's going to be an empty stadium.
Great, okay.
All right, make it Thursday night.
We do have another updated score. Shiocton 21-6 over Ashland. That's a final. Let's see if we can get some other ones here. 47-7 for Wrightstown. I think you just had that one, right?
Yeah, at halftime. So that'll be running clock in that one.
You know, Brett, I was talking about Borland having a good day. Again, more from Appleton North football. You should really follow them on Twitter. It's at AN Lightning FB.
They're an excellent social media
Borland
account.
with 3 tackles, 2 for loss, a sack. I mean, and that Post young kid we were talking about, also 3 tackles, 2 tackles for loss and a sack. And then Small, obviously, with the return and interception for a touchdown. So Lightning defense really setting the tempo tonight.
Thank Greg Hunick for doing a great job with all that social media. They're a fun account to follow, and they like teasing us a little bit too. Run down the scoring here before halftime festivities end. Appleton North got on the board on a 20-yard pass reception to Bo Burling from quarterback Matthew Scheckelman. Made it 7-0 Lightning. That capped a 9-play, 77-yard drive. And then the Panthers answered late in the first quarter on the 53-yard interception return by number 23, Nathan Conkle. That tied it up at 7 apiece. And then North with the next 2 touchdowns, a 12-yard run from Charlie Hardy with 2:29 to play in the second quarter, and then the 19-yard interception return for a touchdown. That was from Nathan Small, makes it 21-7, and that came with a minute remaining in the half. We're at Paul Engen Field. It's our Week 1 Varsity Game of the Week live stream. I told you our Week 2 live stream will be next Thursday night. Talking about regionalizing, it's our chance to get up to see Bayport with all those great guys coming back, and Max Musin, one of the Elite 11. I think he's going to the Air Force Academy. Navy, I'm sorry. I knew it was one of the military branches, so a Naval Academy recruit and an outstanding player. Outstanding wrestler, too, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, we're going to see them next Thursday. Bayport hosts Green Bay Preble. They are a juggernaut, and you want to tune into that. They'll be on the Green Bay Press-Gazette website and Facebook pages. I'll have to see if we want to keep that stuff going on the Appleton Post-Crescent as well, since the Post-Crescent has long been kind of the flagship of our live stream coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And then Week 3, another big one, Ricardo. I know that one already. That'll be Kimberly hosting Fond du Lac at Papermaker Stadium, so looking forward to that. So those are our first 3 live streams of the season.
Trying to get some more scores here.
Well, if you're Pete McAdams at halftime, what are you telling the guys? You were in at 7-7, and they gave up those 2 late scores, including the interception return for a touchdown.
Well, I believe, do they get the ball? They get the ball to start the second half.
Yes.
So this first drive is going to be, I wouldn't say absolutely critical, but it'd be nice if they could at least flip field position.
Well, how do you get that offense going, though?
Yeah,
I mean, and you have a quarterback who's out there in Vlecko that has the cast on the left hand, the left forearm, left hand. So
yeah, well, they did go with Klisch for a while.
Do you try him a little bit more, and maybe that isn't a factor in what's going on, but I would just think it's a little awkward, a little boxy. It's got to be tough to play with.
Kiel's now up 28-21 over Kalani.
To Vlecko's defense, though, Ricardo, he isn't getting a whole lot of time to set up and throw. So that offensive line's got to shore some things up and keep that pressure off so that he can at least survey the field a little bit longer and try to get some strikes downfield.
Good call, Brett. That's absolutely true. Dominican 48, Wisconsin Rapids Assumption 19. Sorry, Rosie. That's a final. as we're seconds away from the start of the second half here at Paul Engen Field.
Hey,
Paul Engen walking the sideline.
Yes, sir. That must be very surreal, right, to walk on the field that bears your name. Kind of like when Ron Iderson goes to those Nina Rocket games. By the way, not to look too far ahead, but
no basketball. I don't want to hear about basketball.
You're going to hear it with Max Klesmit.
I love Max Klesmit.
Going to go to Wofford. I think we're going to see some Rockets games this year.
It's a good kid.
Some boys basketball. They made it to state.
Come on.
They made it to state last year.
Can we at least get halfway through the football season before you can make some basketball remarks?
Before you know it, it'll be track season again.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, the Brewers up 4-0 for you baseball fans out there. A 4-0 lead into the fourth.
Over the Cubs?
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, okay. I need the Cubs to lose and the Brewers to lose. As a Cardinals fan, my
Eric
friend.
Thames with a home run. Moustakas with 2 RBIs. Yelich 0 for 1. His batting average dropping down to 331.
Is he going to hit 50 home runs?
Well, he's got a whole month to go. I don't know.
He weighs $150 and he's going to hit 50 home runs. That's amazing.
Good chance at winning a second straight MVP. You know, if he's in that race for the Triple Crown right now. I think he is at least the last game he was leading the league in batting.
What about home runs and RBI?
Home runs, he had to be like top 2 or 3, and RBI, he had to be about top 5, I'd say, something like that. So
hasn't been done in a while in the National League, right?
He was close last year too. I'm trying to think who was the last.
It's been a while.
Somebody just did it recently in the American League. Now, can't remember who. I'd have to look it up.
Bautista?
Was it Ordonez? Maglio Ordonez?
Oh, Mags, yeah, maybe.
Did he hit the Triple Crown?
Let me look up for the National League. Now I'm curious. Was it the Reds guy who was a manager? You know what I'm talking about. Frank Robinson? Was that the last one to do the Triple Crown?
He had the Triple Crown, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Rosie, is this happening again to us, isn't it? They have a 15-minute halftime, and then the teams come out and then they have to add a few more minutes. I don't understand this. Don't get it. That was kind of a long first half. 21-7, Appleton North with the lead.
So it was Miguel Cabrera who won it for the Tigers.
Okay.
In 2012. Now that was in the American League.
We get Miggy. Yep.
Let's see. They have the Yastrzemski in 60. Wow. So how many years is that? 67 to 2012. What's your math like there, Brett? Look how long it took for that to happen.
What was it? 67.
Yastrzemski. For the National League, you're not going to believe that Frank Robinson was with Baltimore. He wasn't with the Reds. Joe Medwick was the last time for the NL back in 1937, Brett.
And that is 82 years ago.
That is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised actually Albert Pujols didn't do it. He might have came close one year, but that is so difficult to do. So that would be great if Yelich was able to do it. That you're talking 2019 to 1937. That's 80, 90 years right there, Brett. 80 years, I think.
82.
Truly historic if that were to happen.
Well, before we switch to prep football, but the Brewers just don't have that same feel this year as they did last year. See if they can hold on in September.
There's a month left. I mean, none of the teams, Cubs, Cardinals, or Brewers.
Yeah,
none of them are going to pull away.
That's a weird division.
None of them are good enough to pull away from each other.
No, they're not. It's a little down in that league, so we'll see. It was a fun year last year, and maybe the Brewers can make things interesting. Hopefully the Packers can make things interesting. And hopefully we're going to have a very interesting high school football season. I think we are. There's a lot of new blood, right?
Yep.
New faces, and you just don't know how this is all going to pan out. A lot of young talent around this part of the state. Keep our eye on some of the doings down in Milwaukee. The Journal Sentinel, also one of our companions in the USA Today Network Wisconsin group. So Muskego, I think they got high hopes in Division I to try to repeat.
So here we go, starting the second half. North will kick off. They're leading 21-7. SPASH.
Whoa.
Taking it just inside the 5-yard line. Is that 28?
It is, and you almost wonder if he should have let that ball skip into the end zone. Cole Krzyzewski trying to make a play. And a long field coming for an offense that, according to the stats we saw, generated just 4 total yards. through the first 24 minutes. Ball's going to be at
11?
At the 11-yard line. Third quarter underway here at Paul Engen Field. Well, if you're Rob Song with Appleton North, your message at halftime is right. Just keep it up.
Yeah, just let's try to cut down on the mistakes, because they're right now physically they're dominating this game. Again, look at Borland out there. They have a big defensive line.
Yeah, they
Brett.
do. I like that line with him and Carpenter and setting the tone up front for that defense.
Krzyzewski, he had a nice hole there, Brett, to run through. Got himself a nice gain. That'll be past the 15. Actually, we mark it right at the 15, so that's a 4-yard gain. Second down and 6 for SPASH. Really struggled on offense. Only ran a few more than 20 plays total in the first half. North was able to almost double that total. And the defense able to wrap up.
Just nowhere to go.
Is that Krzyzewski again? It was. And that brings up a 3rd and 4, 2-yard gain for Krzyzewski. So for SPASH, this is a more manageable 3rd down. So we'll see, again, if that young quarterback who has been pressured all night can pick up maybe a short completion here to keep the drive going. And Brett, what did I say? Sacked immediately. And I don't know, I think there was a breakdown along the offensive line. That's number 91.
Was that 31 that got in there?
Oh,
the senior
31,
linebacker,
yes.
Liam Kate.
Yeah, breakdown on the offensive line. So Kate
Boy,
with the sack.
Just nothing doing for SPASH.
And right now, North's defense is doing everything right. So now I think they might fall near 1 total yard, or maybe right at 0 now.
Well, look at North. They're going to have the ball in Stevens Point territory. Ooh, risky run up. And look at this. Great field position and excellent return by John Carew. That's tough. You're running kind of a line drive punt, running at it. And that ball's going to be
right at the 20.
Right at the 20-yard line of Stevens Point. Wow. Absolute worst situation if you're Pete McAdams and starting the second half down 2 scores. A 3-and-out, couldn't do anything offensively, and then a big return.
Well, again, Brett, we were talking about how their field position put them in a bad situation, because if they did have a 3-and-out, that was almost going to guarantee good starting position for North's offense, and that's what you saw here. First down and 10 at the 20. 3 receiver set. That's to Charlie Hardy.
Oh, good job. Number 97, I think, tripped up Hardy. Logan Wadalevich, a senior defensive lineman. I think he's down now, too. The one who tripped up Hardy. Boy, he's in some pain.
Hardy, 12 carries, 90 yards, Brett. Yeah, he was in pain.
That's too bad. You hate to see that. Tripped up Hardy. Hardy maybe gained a yard on the play. So 2nd and 9 coming up for Appleton North. And, it's kind of a windy night to open this game. Boy, the wind has just died down now. The flag is still, and I don't need to I take this coat off.
Hortonville now leading 28-10 over Wausau West. Kyle Allen with his 3rd touchdown. Hey, look at this. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I'm looking at a Trent Harp touchdown run from Appleton East, but this was earlier.
Good look at the flag there. Good job, Rosie. Yeah, it was pretty windy when we were setting up, coming right into the press box. And actually, somebody next door did say that he had heard that the wind was going to die off, so it's a perfect conditions to play football now. Can sling that ball all over the field if you want to.
I'm trying to find more updated scores. Again, if you have them, pass them along to @PC or @PC
Wadalevich sitting up now, number 97. Let's see if he can get up and walk off the field. Oh, he can't put any weight on that right leg, Ricardo. Oh, boy.
That's not good.
Nope, not good at all. .6'2", 240-pound senior defensive lineman going off to the sideline there on the Stevens Point side of the field. Hate to see that. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and he can get back out there, if not later tonight, sometime this season. So 2nd down and 9 for the Lightning at the 19. Fumble. Oh, who's got it? Hardy fumbled the football, and SPASH is saying they've got it. The official down there, and it's going to be, nope, 3rd down. The Lightning recovered it, and it was, I think, number 20 pounced on the football. Bo Burling got there quickly. It was close.
Mm-hmm. They're going to mark the ball right at the 21.
Yeah.
So loss of 2 by Hardy.
Martini, woo, nothing doing. I think it was number 15, got his shoulder in there. Brett Britz, we've called his name a few times. Good-looking senior linebacker. And how about this defense for SPASH?
Holding the game, holding the fort, I should say.
Yeah, considering North had field position to begin this drive at the Panthers 20.
And they are attempting a field goal here. Brett, am I seeing this correctly? They just brought in a bunch of new crew.
Yeah. Number 83 is out there. Brady Frantel. He plays soccer as well, so he's got the leg. What are we looking at, a 39-yarder?
I believe so.
Junior kicker. Snaps good, holds good. Ball is
long
up,
enough.
and it's just
no.
short.
Oh, it is short. I thought it was long enough. It just kind of died out there, Brett.
Just short. He's got a leg, though, doesn't he?
I thought it had enough distance, but they must have just ran out of gas as it got close to the uprights.
I like that. Let's get him out there in that situation. Let's see what we can do here. Not a whole lot of pressure in that kick, and very close to sneaking it over that crossbar. So credit that SPASH defense, Ricardo. A ball was at the 20-yard line, and they held firm. 21-7 North with the lead. 8:08 to play here in this 3rd quarter, week 1.
DC Everest 14, Appleton East 7 with 5:21 left in the 3rd. Thank you, Dan Cohn, again. First down and 10 at the 21 for SPASH off the right side.
Cooper Benke with the carry for Stevens Points. And again, a good job by the North defense. Really good job, Ricardo, just team defense swarming to wherever that ball is. A whole bunch of blue jerseys surrounding Benke shortly after he took the handoff.
Ball's going to be placed right by the 22. They're giving him a gain of 2 yards. Second down and 8 for SPASH, and they're down 21-7 with 7:25 and ticking left in the 3rd quarter. And again, getting some room up the middle.
A little push there. Good job by Benke. Trying to push that pile a little bit. Makes it a 3rd and short situation coming up for Stevens Point, but a big 3rd down now. Down 2 scores, and an offense that struggled to do anything. Again, held to 4 first half total yards. And Stevens Point desperately needing some sort of a drive. And you talk about field position, right? At the very least, flip it a little bit and make North work.
3rd down and a long 3 for SPASH.
Benke again, nice cut back, and I think he's got the first.
Yeah.
So fighting for that 1st down yardage, and a good little juke move back inside, and ball's going to be at the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10, Stevens Point, big 1st down.
Brett, that might be their
first one.
Nope, their 2nd one, I think, because there was a personal, or 3rd because there was a couple of personal fouls.
So third down of the game only for Stevens,
or
first down. I'm sorry, for Stevens Point.
I want to say it might be their first one that was non-penalty. 1st down and 10 at, what are they calling it, the 32?
31. Ooh, little play action. Bleckel going to race to his right, going down. Ooh, nice catch. With low ball, but number 42 was there. Spencer Wiersba, the senior tight end. That was a dart, too. A little confidence here now for the Panthers.
10-yard gain or 11-yard gain and first down for SPASH. Back-to-back first downs for the Panthers. Down 21-7, under 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Thank you all again for tuning in to tonight's Valley Football Association crossover game, Brett. SPASH in the VFA West, North in the VFA North.
That's Klisch. Good tackle by number 33, Wilson Zook, the junior linebacker. You know, the VFA could be this could be very easily fixable. And I think they are redoing it or something coming up. I'm so tired of paying attention to that stuff. But listen, it's a three-division league right now with 5 teams each in the 3 divisions. Move Menasha back. Make it a 2-8-team league. Menasha football only because you know they can compete. We've talked about it numerous times.
What, have one crossover game?
Timeout. Appleton North.
Or 2 crossover games is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying I think it's ridiculous that they have 3, a North, a South, and a West, 3 5-team divisions. You know, I think Menasha would fit well in the VFA, and then you add them so you have 16 total teams, so divide it back into 2 8-team leagues.
I don't think Menasha wants to come back.
You're right, they don't, but I think they could compete, and I think it would bode well for them.
You know who might?
Down the stretch.
West De Pere.
Yeah. That would, yeah.
Because West De Pere.
I think Menasha makes more sense because they have the history of being in the FBA.
I have to check their enrollment, but they're getting bigger enrollment-wise. So I don't know if they're near the Division II level yet. Because remember, West De Pere was always Division III.
I think Menasha must be bigger than West De Pere, right?
No, I think West De Pere actually has more enrollment.
No kidding. Okay. Something we'll check when we get back to the office.
Definitely.
But I just thought football only Menasha, certainly one of the better teams annually in Division II, always a threat to go deep in the playoffs. And I just think that a tough schedule like that would pay dividends for the Blue Jays as Benke around the right side, pushing his way near the midfield stripe. Ball officially going to be marked at the 48-yard line of Stevens Point. So, again, a third down coming up for the Panthers. Third and, I guess, officially 4. A big play coming up. But at least now SPASH has got some wiggle room where they got a pretty good punter. And at the very least, they'll flip that field position like we've been talking about most of the game. Hey, and they're still within striking distance. They need a big play. As Klisch going to keep it, trying to get around. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. Now if you're Pete McAdams, you got to punt this ball away.
But they did flip field position. This is, your little victories here is what you need, Brett. Now it's contingent upon your defense to do something.
Well, we saw one interception return for a score earlier in this game. There's no reason why it couldn't happen again, and SPASH will get itself right back into this one.
Again, want to give a shout-out to my guy, Jim Rosadick. Rosie bringing you those high-definition shots out in there in this beautiful weather. Bugs not eating you up, are they, Rosie? Nope.
Ball at midfield, and it looks like SPASH is going to go for it, Ricardo, at the 50-yard line. Klisch, the quarterback, handoff to Benke. Yeah, I think he stretched and got it.
I don't know, Brett.
No,
that's close.
I think where the official ran from the sideline, I think he got it. Boy, he dove forward. Needed to get to about the 48. Yeah, let's see. They're going to have to bring out the chains. They're going to measure, but it's close. I think he's got it.
I think he's short. I think he's short by like a nail.
Just looking, again, I'm not dead straight on, but looking at the binoculars, that's on the 48. Let's see. They'll stretch it out, and SPASH has got it, Ricardo, easily.
By half a football, you're right. That's why you got the binoculars, my
Trust
friend.
the binoculars because I need them.
The Bushnell, are those Bushnell?
They are. They're my trusty binoculars. They've been with me for a number of years now, and
I need to get me a pair. How much were those things?
oh, I don't know.
Were they a gift?
That was a long time ago. No, I forgot where I bought them. Might have gotten them at a local sporting goods store.
Many rainy seasons ago.
They come in handy.
1st and 10 at the 48 for Stevens Point.
So McAdams rolling the dice. They get the first down, and there's nowhere to go for Krzyzewski. Wrestled down. I think they might have lost a yard on that one.
I think you're right, Brett. 2nd down 11 at the 49 of Appleton North. One of the few times that SPASH has been in enemy territory, I want to say. I don't think they were before. Their first time of the game, Brett.
Again, those listening, if you're a Twitter user, please give us a follow at PC Bretzi, at PC Ricardo. Rosie is at Metal Rosie. We appreciate it very much. 2nd down and 11 coming up for the Panthers, and that's going to be a false start. Eli Strong, a little jumpy there on the offensive line for SPASH, so that'll back up the Panthers 5 yards. Little Shoot hanging on. End of the third. They're leading Marinette 9-6.
The Marines.
Again, that's another team too. Actually, a number of those teams in that league have lost a lot of good seniors. As Klisch trying to get around the edge, nowhere to go. Great pursuit.
That's 52,
52,
right?
yeah.
Post again.
Ethan Post, good looking linebacker, only a junior. Boy, looking at that roster for Appleton North, Ricardo, so many key guys are all going to come back. Good looking squad. Third and 16. Ball at the SPASH 46. What's in your playbook? How about a little screen over the middle?
You saw what a screen happened last time, though.
Yeah, right? Maybe you don't want to call that play. I don't know.
Got tipped. Taken to the house.
Ooh, low snap. Good job by Klisch. He's rolling to his left.
Oh, there was a hold there. You saw the flag there, bro. Holy mackerel. That was a clear hold.
I think if you're up in the north, you'll decline that penalty and force the Panthers to punt. So you saw Brendan Klisch, 6'2", 190-pound senior, getting some snaps for the Panthers. And are they going for this again, Ricardo?
I think they are.
Wow.
McAdams.
4th and 16.
Maybe do a little quick punt.
Well, we'll see. Flecko back in now for the Panthers at quarterback, and he's going to do a little pooch punt. Ooh, nothing.
Look out. Oh,
wow.
Takes it at the 38 for Appleton North, taking it back to the 50.
You know,
so the net gain is 4-5 yards there,
I
Brett?
don't understand that. Why didn't you just boom it? You had a chance, Ricardo, to flip the field, pin the Lightning. Even if it goes in the end zone, they're going to start at the 20-yard line. That's a lot better than starting at the 50-yard line.
Net gain of 4 yards on that punt.
Officially at the North 49-yard line, but wow.
1st down and 10 at the 49. 1:26 left here in the third quarter. And that's Martine. The yard gain.
Cal Martini, a sophomore running back. He's looked good tonight along with Charlie Hardy. A good 1-2 combination back there, 1-2 punch. Ball right at midfield.
There's Martini again. Oh, Brett
wow.
found some room. Get it. Watch out.
Watch out is right. Look at him go down the sideline, still on his feet, and he's in. Touchdown, 50-yard run from the big fella.
Hey, he showed good feet, Brett, bouncing that outside. He didn't see anything right up the alley and then just took it onto the wing on the perimeter, and then surprising speed for the big man.
I think so.
Brett, was that a 40-yard? What did you have there?
50 yards.
50 yards, yes.
Bounced it out a little bit, a little juke move, and he darts outside to right along that Stevens Point sideline. He was off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. And how about that with 44.8 seconds to play here in the third quarter? Kick is good, and with that score, Appleton North really taking control of this one, up 28-7 late here in the third quarter. We got some big plays here. 20-yard touchdown pass, a 12-yard run, a 19-yard interception return, and now the 50-yard run. So getting big plays. And that's led to a 28-7 North advantage with 44.8 seconds to go. Yeah, I'm impressed with just a sophomore showing some wheels.
Well, I thought when the defensive back was going up to him on the edge there, Brett, I thought for sure he was going to push him out of bounds. But he was able to outrun that. Yeah, too strong and
outrunning him. Yeah, boy, they got some speed in that backfield. Martini and Charlie Hardy. Krzyzewski on the return for Stevens Point, and still a quarter to play, but this one feels like it's almost wrapped up, especially with how difficult it has been, Ricardo, for the Panthers to just pick up yards. And ball's going to be 25-yard line, 1st and 10 from the point 25, and yeah, I don't know, what do you try to do here? I suppose just try to build some momentum, try to carry it into next week. But we talked about how difficult this schedule is for Stevens Point. After tonight, they're taking on Fond du Lac next week.
That pass was knocked down. Boy, this North defense is having itself a game tonight. That's small with the deflection.
Again, after tonight, SPASH hosts Fond du Lac, then they're at Neenah, then they take on Kimberly, and then Marshfield.
With 11:04 left in the fourth quarter, GC Everest leads Appleton East 14-13. Again, thank you to Dan Cohn, our buddy, for helping us out. Amherst up 42-6 over Anago in the third. Second down and 10 from the 25 for SPASH, and that's Banky. Look at him still on his feet.
Yeah, good run. Cooper
That's the
Banky.
best offensive play of the day so far.
Oh, flag.
Oh, boy.
Well, what's going to happen here now?
Ball's going to be placed at the 43.
They call it a horse collar tackle. Personal foul, so 15 more yards on top of that.
So an 18-yard run for Banky, and yeah, Brad, another 15 yards. That's the third personal foul on Appleton North. Got to clean that up, BC. So first down and 10 at the 42 of Appleton North. That's where SPASH will be. Again, the closest they've been, or the farthest they've been in Appleton North territory, I want to say. all game.
Ooh, Brandon Vlecko.
Oh, boy, something
wow.
happened there.
Oh,
Yikes.
wow.
Oh.
I think he might have been down, right? Did he get the
No,
ball out
they
in
say
time?
it's incomplete.
Wow, but look at the number 50, Troy Burkert, coming in fast, the junior linebacker.
I don't know if that was a busted play. That just did not look good
I don't know,
from the
but
start.
Brandon Vlecko just has no time. Actually, I was impressed. He was able to hide that ball with his wrapped up hand. Actually does a pretty good job of holding on to that ball, considering he's only got one hand that he can use right now. Officials want to talk it over.
Where are we at? End of the third quarter, Brett. Fond du Lac 27, Franklin 17.
Wow, okay. Look at Fondy putting up some points. Any Kimberly score yet?
I've not seen anything from the paper makers yet.
So 12 seconds put back on the clock here in this third quarter. Incomplete pass. And Vlecko going to take the snap here for the Panthers. And that's going to be incomplete pass. Low throw. Intended target was number 83, Colton Engel.
Third down and 10 from the 42 for SPASH, down 28-7. As clock shows 7.6 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Hortonville with a nice sizable lead over Wausau West at the end of 3, 28-10. It's a place I'd like to. We haven't streamed at their new place yet, or not at their new place, but the renovated Aiken Field. We haven't had a chance to get out there yet for a game. We saw them on the road at Fond du Lac, and that's on the schedule again this year. Is Vlecko nowhere. Little wayward throw to J.J. Lilly, the intended target for the Panthers with 3.4 seconds to go. And if you're Pete McAdams, I suppose at this point you might as well go for it now. You're in Appleton North territory, ball at the 42-yard line.
Brett with 5:22 left in the second quarter. Kimberly up 7-0 over Oshkosh West.
All right. And it looks like now SPASH will punt it away. Fair catch. And that's how the third quarter will come to an end. A commanding lead for the Lightning, up 28-7 over Stevens Point. And Appleton North looks like they'll have the ball on its own 17-yard line to begin this fourth quarter. As you can hear the North fans in front of us sensing they're in control of this one right now, up 3 scores. Again, give Ricardo a follow. He doesn't need any more followers.
Yes, I do, at PC Ricardo.
I'm at PC Brett C. Wouldn't mind a few more follows. Actually, Hunter Robideau, is that how you say it, from Winneconne?
Yeah.
So he just gave me a follow. I should
good.
follow him
Nice.
back.
He's a good kid.
Looking at the all-time series here between these two teams, North leads at 7-3. 8 of those matchups, Ricardo, have come in the postseason.
Wow.
With the Lightning winning 5 of those contests. That always seemed to be a SPASH Appleton North. They'd always meet up.
Yeah, we were in SPASH the one time where we kind of.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Appleton.
By the way, one more thing, Brett. Keel 49, Kiwanee 21.
Wow.
That turned into a blowout.
Yeah.
Surprising. Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say Appleton North has won the last 4 games of the series. That includes a wild 56-36 victory in a Week 4 matchup last season at Gerke, a game we streamed. Yep. SPASH's last victory against Appleton North came way back in 2010. 45-27 triumph in a Division I state quarterfinal. I believe that was the year that Pete McAdams guided SPASH to the Division I state championship game. 9 years ago already. Second and 7 for Appleton North. Fourth quarter already, week 1. Nice little zigging and zagging. I think that's Charlie Hardy. And that's going to be a first down for the Lightning, and really a chance now if you're Rob Som to just run, right? You got the ball. Let's control it. Let's just move the chains. Let's make it methodical, and let's just kind of squeeze this one away and get ready for week 2. And Franklin in that non-conference matchup.
There's Martine
look
again. Look out. Wow. Martini.
Or you can do that and score quickly again.
Boy, he hit that hole hard.
Oh, he does. He looks good. Ball at the 49-yard line. And he's playing well in that offensive line, getting a great push off the snap, and you almost feel like the Panthers right now a little deflated. Martini again.
Patient guy, too. You know, he kind of waits for his blocking to develop. He doesn't just go right in there unless he sees the hole.
Sam Molsky with the tackle.
4-yard gain for Martini. 2nd down and 6. See how many yards Martini has.
Hardy trying to move that pile, set up a 3rd down play. Martini looking for some space. And it's going to be a 4th down coming up. And if you're Rob Som, what do you do here? Punt it away and pin him deep?
That's a good question. No gain on that. I would do that, Brett. Your defense is playing so well. Well, I have Martini. Unofficially, of course, 14 carries for 121 yards, Brett. Of course, the big one, that 50-yard touchdown run. But he's also had a couple other 15-plus runs as well, Brett. So he's not just a big old bruising fullback. The kid can run.
Good call. Oh, risky to pick it up on the bounce. Could be about the 21-yard line.
Fondy football now up 34-17 with 9:23 left in the 4th quarter. Xavier Ellis, remember Xavier Ellis? Touchdown run for the Cardinals. So big win for them. That was supposed to be, in my opinion, a close game, but Fond du Lac, hey, by the way, Hunter Hansen not playing for them at all this year.
Oh, really?
Right, will not participate this season.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big name. That's a good player. He's off the team?
Yes. You know, I've been having private conversations with Coach Jorgensen.
Okay.
And he was not pleased with him. That's all I can say.
Okay. Big run by Benke, Cooper Benke, and that gets the
SPASH crowd goes
the
nuts.
SPASH students. Well, that's interesting. Good for Coach Jorgensen, though, for instilling some discipline and Obviously, there's some internal stuff going on there, but I remember calling his name quite a bit, and we streamed Fond du Lac a few times last year, and he's a nice player. Probably would have been one of your elite 11s.
He would have been. But you can't put someone on there that's not out for the team, Brett.
Interesting that Fond du Lac, so
I applaud coaches who lay down the law. You got to do that, Brett. Young men need discipline, and they need to follow team rules and such.
But with all that talent, Raditz and Sauer and those guys, and they're not missing a beat. How about Andrew Stone? All these fantastic players for them, and they're coming out and taking on a state heavyweight. And look like the Fond du Lac Cardinals are going to pick up a win. We're going to see them in week 3. Boy, that's going to be a big game, I think, Kimberly and Fond du Lac.
What's that, week 3?
Week 3.
Woo. We're going to be at that one?
We are going to be at that one.
That's funny. Think about. Oh, it's funny that Kimberly and Appleton North don't meet till week 9.
That
hasn't happened in a while.
That's different. I like it though, because that you never know. That could be setting up for a VFA North championship. As Klisch on the keeper, clock running, 8:50 and counting. We got a lot of good games. Right now, at least tentative, we've got West Appear on the schedule a couple times. West Appear Menasha, and then West Appear Wrightstown should be an interesting one down the stretch. Non-conference game, but a chance to see the Northeastern Conference favorite. Not sure what to think about the Northeastern. I think that league might be usually, as I said at halftime, a team that usually wins that conference makes a deep run into the playoffs, so Wrightstown could, but generally overall that might be a little bit of a down conference this year. I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. Klisch looking, and big time hit. Is that number 27? Riley Gibbs.
Yeah.
I think he hit, who was that, Dylan Hansen catching it for Stevens Point?
Yeah.
217 pounds, Dylan Hansen. And Gibbs, 172 pounds.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9 for SPASH. Again, 28-7 lead for Appleton North. The Lightning completely dominating the Panthers tonight.
Be sure to you got some. What's the game plan after this? We're going to see your stuff online later tonight.
Yes, you'll see a little right up here, and then I'll try to go more in depth on the column for Sunday as intercepted right at the 45. Can't see the number though, BC.
That's Nick Gerard, number 36, a senior defensive back, playing center field and right to him. Good job, good hands, good awareness, and a turnover. Appleton North with the football, and all but putting that one away tonight here in week 1. But yes, okay, so check you out later bit online. StevensPointJournal.com, Postgres.com.
Yeah, and it'll be part of the roundup process. But yeah, my wrap-up column, kind of like takeaways and stuff. Hopefully, I can try to hit on some of the Central Group stuff too as well. I'll try to help out with that as taking over 1st and 10 at the 45.
Also, I know it's we got a whole bunch of photojournalists out and about. Be sure to check your websites, see which games. I don't know exactly which games the guys are out tonight, but they're going to be taking some great stuff. I think Danny Damiani, I know he was looking forward to it. He hadn't shot a football game in quite some time, so he was chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, to do some high school football. And I don't know if Dan Powers, Bill Glasheen, all those guys, as Martini with the carry. So please check us out online and subscribe. We need your support. You get a whole lot of good digital coverage, including these live streams.
I have Martini unofficially for 15 carries for 125 yards. Nice debut for the young man.
I'd say. Good looking set of running backs for Rob Somm. They're gonna have some fun working with those guys. And I was impressed tonight with Shuckelman, the sophomore quarterback.
Yes. Other than the one error that he did there.
You have to accept that you're going to have some of that when you got such a young. That's a big step, going from a freshman year to now the starting quarterback at the varsity level in this league. As 4th down coming up, you're going to have to. There'll be some growing pains, but by and large, I was very impressed with the young quarterback tonight and the defense. We'll talk about it here as we wrap up, just some of our thoughts before you have to go down there. But good start for Appleton North for sure.
Punt formation for Appleton North. Fair catch called. It'll be right at the 21 for SPASH. Appleton North, 28-7 lead over Stevens Point Area Senior High. Again, thank you, all of you who tuned in tonight. We're happy to be back this season. And where are we going to be at again, Brett? In Bayport?
No, we're going to be at Preble.
Preble.
Next Thursday night for a Fox River Classic Conference. Our first look at Bayport, one of the top teams in Division I, maybe a state championship caliber.
I'll tell you
team,
what, that roster
we
is embarrassing how many riches they have.
We were talking about that last year when we were streaming them. Well, we streamed them against Appleton North in the playoffs and then Kimberly. And Kimberly won that game. We thought maybe Bayport was going to win that one going into the game.
Yeah.
But then as we're talking about Bayport and kind of getting to know them a little bit, and you're looking at their roster and the names we kept calling, and all their key guys, they're like, wow, they're all coming back.
That is true.
And Gary Westerman's got a nice thing going up there. They're going to steamroll the Fox River Classic Conference.
Oh, for sure.
They're not going to face any sort of resistance.
I mean, they got the good young quarterback. They got Gash. I mean, they got Logan Geisler, one of the top defensive backs in the state. Musin, the big kid.
Andrew Thomas, I believe, is their quarterback.
Yes, and they have the big kid in the middle. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah.
Big 370-pound kid.
Who's good, yeah. He can move and – you know, I guess Pulaski, a traditional power.
Ooh, wow, what happened there? Holy mackerel! He got popped, Brad. I'm trying to see the number of the North player who got him, number 31.
Well, and another quarterback I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ricardo.
Go ahead. No,
number 3. The quarterback now is a sophomore, Riley Warzinski for Stevens Point.
Okay.
So the third quarterback to take snaps for Pete McAdams tonight.
2nd and 10.
But yeah, you look at Bayport, and I was just like, holy smokes, this team's gonna be loaded. And, you know, Pulaski, I guess DePere's supposed to be pretty solid this year in the FRCC, but I just can't see anybody in that league really standing toe to toe with them. I think they're gonna have a lot of running clocks this year in that conference. We'll see though. Preble has a history of having a pretty good football program, so maybe they'll give them a little bit of a battle.
You know, you might be where like Notre Dame is the one that gives them the best game. Notre Dame's always a top team in Division III.
I like going up there and seeing some of those Green Bay teams because some good football and some good players, and it's good to catch Bayport because you know at some point they're going to take on an Appleton North, they're going to take on a Fond du Lac, they're going to take on a Kimberly in the playoffs. So it's good to kind of see these teams that you know are going to meet some of these Appleton area teams because Appleton area always has such good teams down here regardless of the sport. You know that at some point they're all going to play each other because that's just how it's set up in the playoffs, and it's too bad. You'd like to see Bayport get a chance to maybe go somewhere else, or a Kimberly or a Fond du Lac to go somewhere else so that you could maybe have a chance to meet up in Madison because you know that those are some of the best teams in the state. And we'll see what this Appleton North team is going to be at the end of the year as well. I think they're going to be, you know how these teams are, especially established programs, really good coaching staffs. They tend to build and peak right at that week 9 going into the playoffs. And it'll be interesting to see where North is. I think they're going to be in the mix as well.
And some other things going on here.
Getting a little sloppy. I think SPASH called a timeout.
See if I can give you some more late scores here. End of the third quarter, Kiel over Kewanee, 49-21. That's a little bit of a blow. I was not expecting that. And Hortonville leading Wausau West 28-17.
Little Chute beats Marinette 23-6. So Ted Evers gets his first career win as head coach of the Mustangs.
Well, this is an interesting score. Kimberly at the half up over Oshkosh West, 7-6.
I see that. Interesting. Well, you know, again, you were talking about that quarterback situation. That kind of threw a big-time curveball late as you're trying to get ready for the season. Didn't that happen this week where their
It did.
starter
Rozier
went down?
was out. Yep. Second down and 10 at the 32 for SPASH. 5:11 left here in the game.
Oof.
Pass out to the perimeter here. No go. 5:38 left in the fourth quarter. Also another updated score. Fond du Lac 34, Franklin 24.
Okay. It's a good battle going on, but back and forth. I'm actually kind of surprised that Fond du Lac scored that many points. I thought that might be a little bit of a ease into the season type of a thing. What's that Wrightstown score you got?
62-7 over Clintonville.
Wow. Not good.
Wow, nice pass.
Beautiful pass. Nice fastball and a good concentration. Brendan Klisch, the receiver, as Warzinski kind of scrambling and finds number one there over the middle. You know, think about it, 62-7 Wrightstown over Clintonville right now. What happened to Clintonville? Because I don't know when's the last time you've been in that town, but again, both of my boys playing in that conference. That's a nice city to visit. They have really beautiful
city to visit. You know, I went there to do a story on one of their track athletes. This was back in the early 2000, like 11 or 12. For a game, I haven't been there in a while. I know they're playing Wapaka in a game. I did a game from there, and oh, look out. But, again, Clintonville made it to the state championship game. I want to say it was in the late 2000s.
Good job by Brennan Kate there, the sophomore defensive back. But yeah,
and it's just remarkable how their program has fallen under tough times.
Well, the interesting thing is too, it's a nice town, and the school, the campus, the facility, very nice. It's very nice. So I'm always puzzled when I've gone there quite a bit in recent years, and always enjoy the drive and the people there. And when you get to the school, which is on the north end of Clintonville, it's a beautiful school. They have a big swimming pool, you know, I guess you call it a natatorium sort of in the front there, and I think it's for the community as well. And it's gorgeous, and nice gym, and school building is nice, and the football field, track. They just had a regional there a couple years ago, and everything is really nice. I just don't know what's going on there. And they have history, as you talked about.
Well, look at this. Appleton East beats DC Everest 21-14, according to Dan Cohn. Thank you, Dan, for that update score. Good for the Patriots.
Good win for Appleton East. Warzinski high. And Klisch was the intended receiver there.
Brings up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 17. For SPASH. Again, SPASH with their third quarterback, Riley Warzinski, 6'1" sophomore. Klisch has also played along with Velko. Did I say that right?
Blecko. Brandon Velko. Yeah,
so a couple of sophomores.
Yeah. Ooh, trying to set up a screen.
Oh, you knew that was going nowhere. He had 3 guys that tried to get over.
How'd you like to go? You're running to the backside. You turn around. There's 3 big blue jerseyed guys right in your face. You got to get rid of that thing fast.
Yeah, there was a stunt there, and it took them maybe a little bit, half a second to even get going to Appleton North. But even then, they were still able to get in there, Brett.
4th down, 4:14 to play. Just kind of waiting for this one to become official. Appleton North going to start the season 1-0. SPASH going to fall to 0-1, and should be a very interesting game next week as Appleton North and Franklin play.
That's going to be a good one.
It's a good, again, I like the fact that
if that's a Friday game, I might try to, I'm not sure. Did it say where it was? Is it at Franklin?
I've got it here. That is going to be at Franklin.
Oh. Okay.
Always take the ride down.
Never know. I'll have to talk to my man Mike Sherry because that's a pretty big game.
You got to be working next Friday, aren't you?
Yeah, I want to go check that one out.
Oh, yeah, that's the way. That's
because we're doing Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I get to pick my game, Brett, don't I?
You get to do whatever you want to do.
That's right.
A nice punt.
Ooh, right at the 36, they're going to call that. But with 4:07 left here in the game, Appleton North, again, 28-7 lead over SPASH. Impressive performance. Brett, no other word to describe it, really.
Appleton North did what it had to do. They came out, set the tone really on both sides of the ball, really controlled, dominated the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. And defense, like we've seen with these defenses of years past under Rob Salm, traditionally they're swarming to the football, a lot of speed. And we've got some new guys in, new quarterback in, Alex Heron, sophomore for the Lightning. So some good stuff if you're Rob Salm, and a lot of good stuff to put on film and some things to correct as well. But very impressive win for the Lightning. I'm trying to think when we might see Appleton North again this season. I know week 9 I got them on the schedule for the Kimberly Appleton North finale. That should be a fun one.
Is that one at Kimberly?
That is at Papermaker Stadium. We got Nina Kimberly on the schedule as well later on in the year. That could be a fun one. Again, Rockets with a big 45-7 victory last night. I wonder why that game was played on a Thursday night. Is that because Assumption had the home game tonight maybe?
It must be, but also I think Nina plays Thursday night this against Appleton East, actually.
You know, I don't even know if Assumption and Rapids share the same field. Does Rapids have its own field
Rosie
now?
would know. Come on, Rosie.
Do they share a field?
By the way, they're going into overtime, Iowa Scandinavia and Montello Princeton Green Lake.
Wow.
What happened to Iowa Scandinavia?
Yeah,
no offense to the Montello Princeton Green Lake folks.
No, I just think it's a matter of you're just trying to, you know, new guys. It takes a while to kind of blend those new faces into your system and you get going. 2:44 to play. We have a timeout. Finally got a final. Wrightstown beats Clintonville 68-7. How about Appleton East and Nina going at it next week? That should be an interesting game. You know, Nina's another team. You know, they've got some new guys, some new pieces, and very interesting. It's kind of a lot of question marks, and we're going to get some of these things answered here in the weeks to come.
Mm-hmm.
Again, thanks to Nate Werner and the crew at Appleton North and the folks with the Appleton Area School District. We appreciate working with you guys and looking forward to doing so again this season, whether it's football or basketball. Got a lot of a lot of games coming up. I think, Rosie, didn't we do close to 30 live streams, 30 live stream games last year, this last school year?
That all?
That all, man. We were kind of fried after that, and then you go right into the sports awards show. Ooh. Oh, we got a flag.
Yeah, what happened here?
I think we just need this one to get over with.
Yes.
I think it's time to put the bow on week 1. And we got a Panther down, it looks like, too. I get a number there. Is that number 15 for SPASH? Is that Brett Britz? Good looking.
I think so.
Linebacker. Hopefully he's all right. He's moving his head, so that's good.
Rosie doing a great job with the camera again. 2:15 left here in the fourth quarter. Appleton North 28 over SPASH 7. Again, this win was important for Appleton North. Now they're going to be traveling to Franklin next week and facing a Franklin team that also is going to be 0-1. So, you know, they're going to be fighting for their lives a little bit, Brett. They don't want to start 0-2.
Couple non-conference losses potentially for Franklin.
Whoa, this game's getting a little closer. 1:16 left in the fourth. 34-31, Fond du Lac over Franklin.
Well, I said when
and Franklin recovers the onside kick.
Okay, so I thought when you were saying that, I think, well, is that game over with yet, that Fondy Franklin game? So, yeah, Franklin might pull it out now. We'll see. Britt's still down, Ricardo. I wonder if, did he suffer a little stinger or what's going on? But they're being real careful with him. And hopefully the young man's okay. He's a good player. Been in a lot of plays tonight. A 6-foot senior linebacker.
See what other scores are around the area on this week 1 of the high school prep football season. Gets up, no problem, Brett. Nice round of applause.
Yeah.
Up, and Iola did lose in week 1. Montello knocks off Iola.
Wow.
Final, Wausau East over Merrill, 23-6. Third down and forever for Appleton North as we're 1:45 and ticking here in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, whoa, look at this. Good little run by number 10, Alex Heron, the new quarterback.
.128 left in the fourth quarter as we're wrapping up here, Brett.
Well, Ricardo, I know you got to get down to the field here soon, but might as well do it now. Your thoughts on both sides, starting with Appleton North. We've kind of been talking about it throughout the course of this fourth quarter especially, but good-looking team, both sides of the football, implementing young guys, kind of getting their feet wet a little bit, and you know that they're just going to get better and better and better. A lot of speed, kind of like the Appleton North we're used to seeing.
Their defense is what's going to kind of, I don't want to say carry this team early because they have enough offensive firepower to do something here as we have a look out. But yeah, their their defense is going to lead the way in my opinion because offensively you're going to obviously take some time to develop the young kid at quarterback. but he has a lot of tools to work with, and he has a lot of talented players around him. Their running backs really surprised me today at how effective they were running the football, not in a sense that they were explosive, because we did see the 50-yard run, but they were powerful. They knew how to churn out yardage, and if you're able to do that and keep that defense fresh, Brett, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch you got going there. And in my opinion, this is a team that's going to be better in October than they are right now because of the young players that they have. And obviously, every year you look at Appleton North as the key rival of Kimberly to give them their best game. So I expect that to be completely the case in Week 9, Brett, as the season unfolds. As SPASH now.
Yeah,
30.
I agree with everything you said. I just so impressed. I thought again, Shuckleman as a sophomore was cool, calm, collected. He had the one mistake there where he threw the pick six, but otherwise, I thought they did a nice job again of easing him in, some easy throws, nice throws, and then relying on the great 1-2 punch offensively in that backfield with Hardy and Martini. And that defense, this defense looks not like what I remember last year. That defense kind of struggled at times last year.
Yeah, it allowed big chunk plays.
This looks like the defense I'm used to seeing at Appleton North, where they're just all over the place. I mean, look at that, forcing a tough throw by Warzinski, and he completes the pass. But
I agree, Brett. This defense looks much more consistent because you're right. That was one thing. That was a kind of a bugaboo for North last year, was giving up those big plays. Remember, they were 6-4 overall last year. So that defense did give up some yards and give up some points. It was just uncharacteristic of Appleton North.
Thoughts on SPASH quickly?
SPASH,
They
need to grow up in a hurry.
Yeah, and they got such a tough schedule coming up again. I just don't know.
I hate to think that this team is going to start 0-5 again, Brett, but you look at their schedule.
Oof. Again, I'll say it again. It's Fond du Lac is next, then at Neenah, Kimberly, and Marshfield.
Any team would struggle. I don't care who you are. You put Muskego with that schedule, they might get out of there with 2 or 3 wins. It's tough.
That is a juggernaut of a schedule, a gauntlet of a schedule. And again, your starter quarterback has got his left hand casted up, so that's tough. And I don't know. I just guess you just kind of, as they say, keep chopping wood. That's always a cliche they love to use, but that's what SPASH has to do, is just keep pounding, keep pounding, keep pounding. Maybe it'll break through, but right now offensively, they seem a little limited. They had a hard time on the offensive line. They don't have a whole lot of bursts in the running game. And what quarterback are you going to try to go with? Do you go with the starter there of Letko? Do you go with Klisch? Do you go with this kid, Warzinski? I guess Pete McAdams definitely has some questions that he's going to need to be answered within the next few weeks. But it's going to be tough to get that W over the next 4 weeks, because those are all really, really good football teams. Because I really think that
they give just – look, Marshfield won the division last year.
Yeah.
Marshfield could win it again this year, but those are the two top teams, in my opinion, in the VFA West.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But they could be 0-4 heading into that game. That's incredible to think.
Again.
Yeah.
But they just, again, I thought defensively they did some good things though out there. Again, they gave up that 9-play, 77-yard opening drive, but then after that, I thought they tightened up for the most part. Yeah, they gave up a few chunk plays here and there, but by and large, they made things a little bit difficult for Appleton North. I just think offensively right now they look a little challenged.
Yeah, I agree, Brett.
And that's how this one is going to come to an end. 28-7, Appleton North with the victory over Stevens Point. So, Ricardo, that's week 1. I'm going to go through the scoring here in a little bit before I sign off, but you got to head out of here. Any final thoughts on anything that happened tonight throughout the?
Well, we still don't know what. Hey, see you later, Tom. We haven't seen what happens with Fond du Lac.
Kimberly is in a tight one.
They're in a tight one. Is this going to be par for the course the rest of the year? This is ever since Kimberly didn't win the title again, everything has been thrown off balance. Am I right?
The earth is not right.
Yeah, it's not right. It shook the very foundation of how we've been doing things the last several years, Brett. So I don't know what to think, to tell you the truth. I think maybe after week 3 we'll have a better, more concrete look at how things are going to progress, I guess. But I'm excited for next week. If I want to see them against Franklin, hopefully that might come to fruition, or something will happen where I can listen to that game, because I think that's a big one for them, for Appleton North.
It's going to be a big one, especially if Franklin comes back and wins that game. You said Franklin was down 3. They just scored a touchdown late and then recovered the onside kick. So Franklin with the football and a chance to beat Fond du Lac in week 1. And, Appleton North will be at Franklin next week. Franklin, I wanted to say, was ranked 7th in the WIS Sports
they were
Division I preseason poll.
Yeah, so they had that's a good team. So I'm interested to see how that unfolds, Brett. But, hey, Bayport, in my opinion, that's the number 1 team.
Yeah, and we're going to see them next week. Number 1 because they got everybody coming back, and they're loaded for bear. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But, Ricardo, I know you got to get down in the field.
Yeah, everyone
Thanks.
have a good week. See you next
doing
Thursday.
It again. Yep, hard to believe. Here we are doing it again. Week 1 already in the books. Let me run down the scoring before I sign off. Appleton North got on the scoreboard first in the first quarter. 20-yard pass hookup from quarterback Matthew Scheckelman to the tight end, Bo Burling, made it 7-0, and then SPASH tied it with 1:40 to play in the opening quarter on a 53-yard interception return by number 23, Nathan Conkle, a junior defensive back. That tied it all up at 7 apiece, and then North with 3 straight touchdowns to close this one out. A second quarter 12-yard score by Charlie Hardy with 2:29 made it 14-7 Lightning, and then just moments later, actually with a minute to play in that second quarter, a 19-yard interception return for the touchdown. That was by number 43, Nathan Small, made it 21-7. And then a third quarter 50-yard run by the big boy, Cal Martini, made it 28-7 with 44.8 seconds to play in that quarter. That's how we wrapped it up tonight. Appleton North improves to 1-0 on the season. As Ricardo was saying before, they're at Franklin next Friday in a non-conference matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 o'clock. SPASH drops to 0-1 on the year. They're home against Fond du Lac. That's at Gerke Field next Friday. Kickoff also scheduled for 7 o'clock. As for us, again, next Thursday. First time I think we've ever, Rosie, live streamed a Thursday night football game, but that's how the Fox River Classic Conference does it. Pre-Labor Day, all Thursday night games, but it's our first chance to see the mighty Bayport Pirates. They're going to take on Green Bay Preble. That's where we'll be Thursday night next week, not Friday. Live coverage kicks off at 6:45 p.m. from Prochnow Field at Preble High School. And that game will be on GreenBayPressGazette.com and our Facebook page, the Press Gazette. And we might even put it on our Post Crescent page as well, since I would imagine there'll be some interest among teams around here to see how the Pirates look and how they do against a pretty quality program in the Preble Hornets. You can access all of our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin website. So for Ricardo and Rosie and our crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long from Paul Engen Field here on the campus of Appleton North High School. Here we are, Rosie, week 1 already in the books. It's flying by already, isn't it? Well, once again, the final score here tonight, 28-7, Appleton North with the victory over SPASH. Thanks for watching, everybody.